basis.
And personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality healthcare and exceptional health plans, all for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera, improving health every day.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
It's a night where the Admirals get to say thank you and recognize our first responders, not only here in Hampton Roads, but across the country as we celebrate Guns N' Hoses Night in the conclusion of this spirited three-game series between the Admirals and the Idaho Steelheads. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth for the Cox Mobile pregame show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. And it is Guns N' Hoses Night. Congratulations to the police department. They got that 3-2 victory in that Guns N' Hoses game. A very good game, a great crowd on hand, a lot of money raised for Vigilant Watch and various charities here in the Hampton Roads area. Brad, this has been a spectacular week of hockey, not only for the Admirals and Steelheads on the ice, but today for Guns N' Hoses, and Try Hockey for Free around Hampton Roads as well.
Yeah, we had about 90 kids in Yorktown at the Try Hockey for Free, over 100 in Chesapeake. You had the Guns N' Hoses game, which is always tremendous. The Whalers are playing tonight, final home games where they head off to playoffs next weekend with the Elite and Premier teams. And then what a first two games of this series. Been a tremendous treat for the fans to watch on Wednesday and Friday between the Steelheads and the Admirals, and hopefully we get the hat trick tonight with another entertaining hockey game. It is not much you could ask for as a hockey fan that this series has not delivered.
The Admirals took game one on Wednesday by a score of 3-2. The come-from-behind effort would fall just short in overtime last night. We'll take a look at some highlights from last night's 4-3 overtime loss. A pair of newcomers for the Admirals made their professional debuts. Killian Keeker-Olsen, a top-line center with Brady Florent and Brandon Osmondson, and Jack Piscucci on defense. Alex Worthington getting the start in net, making a good couple of first saves in the opening 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it was good for Worthy to get settled in after getting pulled in his last start.
Idaho would get the turnover at the blue line, and then that's a shot that Worthington admitted he wants back.
Yeah, those are going to happen sometimes when you're a goaltender. They're tough, but the Admirals were able to be resilient as a bunch and not let it derail the whole game.
The Admirals would trail 1-0 going into the first intermission. Idaho made it 2-0, and then the Admirals would stir it up a little bit as Jack O'Leary was caught in a bad situation on the end boards, and Marco Reifenberger for the second night in a row, technically not getting in a fight, but he stands up for his teammate, and for the third straight series in a row, a little bit of a full-scale line brawl.
Yeah, still don't know how Brody Crane, you see number 6 in blue, gets a double minor for roughing as Jardine just threw punches, but, well, to each their own.
On that same power play, or a power play later on, the aforementioned Brody Crane scores in his third straight game.
Yeah, and secondary assist on that one to Caleb Price, his first pro point, and a nice feed there from James Hardy on the lookoff to find that seam to Brody Crane.
Idaho would regain their 2-goal lead just a little bit more than 3 minutes into that third period, and then a short-handed rush. Florent finds Reifenberger on the back door, who gives it to his captain to get the monkey off the back for his second goal of the season.
Yeah, that was a huge momentum shift in that third period, down by 2 after giving up that 3-1 goal for the Admirals. Nice little touch pass there from Reifenberger. I thought, I even said it on the broadcast, he was going to shoot that one, and a nice job by the captain to realize the scenario there, shorthand, and jump up into the rush and be that third layer.
2.5 left, a face-off win in the offensive zone, and a perfect deflection from Jaden Duro. It went to review for a high stick. It was deemed a good goal to tie it up at 3 as Braden Engum let it rip and Duro deflected it.
Yeah, it was good for Duro to get a payoff last night. I think he's on a 4-game point streak now. He led the team with 7 shots on goal in last night's contest.
The Admirals with a glorious chance in overtime, but then a breakaway with less than 2 minutes into the overtime period. Idaho would get the 4-3 victory. When we come back, it'll be more of the Cox Mobile pregame show here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network as we celebrate guns and hoses in the conclusion of this 3-game set between the Admirals and the Steelheads.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied. If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
Back here for more of the Cox Mobile pregame show on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, celebrating Guns and Hoses Night in the conclusion of this series between the Admirals and Steelheads. And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. Again here for the Cox Mobile pregame show. We've talked about it ad nauseum. This Admirals team has shown a lot of good fight and adding a little bit of chippiness and bite to their game against a not only heavily penalized team, the most penalized team in the Idaho Steelheads in this entire league. And Jeff Carr likes what he sees, only changing one player in his lineup for the Admirals.
Yeah, David Drake draws back in. Connor Fedoruk comes out of the lineup, 11-7 once again for this team. Keeker Olsen once again in place of Grant Hebert for the second night in a row is going to center that top lineup. Pascucci will play with Caleb Price now on that third pair. He was the seventh defenseman in last night's game.
So getting that extra veteran presence as that extra defender going to help Price, going to help Pascucci as they integrate themselves into the world of professional hockey on the back end. And now let's take a look and see how the number 3 team in the ECHL after their win last night lines up tonight.
Yeah, just back to 12 and 12 forward 60 for this team. Kanata, who missed last night's game, left Wednesday's game injured. He draws back into the lineup for Hershok on the back end, and Dodero will stay in and be the second pair right defenseman there, 81 in the white jerseys.
And it really seems like that second line for Idaho almost acts like a third or a fourth line. You have Arcuri and Holmes on either wing that really love to go in on the forecheck, lay the body, and be very physical for that second line for Idaho, and we'll see if they muck it up a little bit as they have been here throughout this series.
I mean, I think you could say that really up and down the lineup of both teams this weekend, but I mean, even look at first line right wing and Fearson. He was the one that fought, was it Knoll, I believe, in last night's game. So Idaho up and down the lineup, no one afraid to drop the gloves and fight on that roster.
And I do feel like the Admirals have been not only willing to oblige those altercations, but also being the ones to instigate and initiate and make sure that they are bringing the fight right back to the Steelheads.
Yeah, that's it's a big thing we talked about a lot over the course of this series, not just sitting back and taking it, but physically punishing this team, being assertive.
And this is the conclusion of this series. Brad, what are your keys to victory here tonight?
Well, we talk about assertive. Key number one, hit everything. I think the Admirals need to assert themselves physically once again. Punish Idaho physically for as many penalties as this Idaho team has taken this year. They haven't liked to get hit. Every time they take a big hit, they really try to mix it up, start a fight. Number two is going to be team toughness, same as last night. Have each other's back, mix it up all night, but don't back down to this Steelheads team. And then 60 miles, back-to-back 60-minute efforts from the Admirals in this series. This is the third game in 4 days. Fight through that fatigue and put forth another 60-minute effort. I think that was a critical key for the Admirals in both games in this series. Up and down the lineup that compete for 60 minutes was there.
Guns and Hoses Night always brings a spectacular crowd to Scope Arena. No different this year. It's an advertised sellout here inside of the arena. And if if the game earlier this afternoon is any indication, it is going to be a ruckus crowd here at Scope Arena for the conclusion of this series. They were some wild fans getting loud and rambunctious throughout the entirety of that Guns N' Hoses firefighter and police charity game at 2 p.m. today. So I think that hit everything. That 60-mile mentality is going to bleed into playing into the home crowd and getting them into this game. I think that's going to be a real big factor into tonight's game.
There's an air of anticipation. You can feel it in this building after the doors open at 6:05 that people are ready for this game, and that leads into the guys that I picked for the players to watch tonight for sure too.
Yes.
Like you just you feel it. There's sometimes you walk in here and it's dead. Sometimes you walk in here and there's just a feel of something big's going to happen. And this game's got the feel of people are anticipating it to be fast, to be physical, to be exciting, maybe a little crazy at times. We'll see.
Well, no further wait. Let's see see who your players to watch are for tonight.
Yeah, for the Admirals, I'm going Marco Reifenberger. He was a factor all night last night and on Wednesday. He set a pesky physical tone. He was hammering guys physically. He's been in altercations both games. Added an assist last night on that Carson Musser goal. The Admirals are going to need him to bring that same physical energy tonight. And for Idaho, number 10, Sam Jardine, Reifenberger's counterpart last night. Jardine was a physical menace for the Steelheads, laid a few cross-checks and got into some scuffles with Mr. Reifenberger, but Jardine also notched 2 helpers for the Steelheads in their 4-3 overtime victory.
I mean, we look at the graphic that producer Benjamin Draper pulled up for Jardine. Look who's in his hip pocket right there. It's Marco Reifenberger right there, so we'll see if those two...
Look at the eyes of Reifenberger. I'm going to get you.
Yes. So we'll see if those two continue their bit of battle here tonight to conclude this series. We got a little bit of extra time here on the Cox Mobile pregame show, so we'll tell you about tonight's starting goaltenders. It's Isaac Poulter's net once again for the Admirals.
Yeah, Poulter back between the pipes, starts for the second time here this series. Had a 25-save effort on Wednesday night to improve to 17-11-0 on the season with the Admirals. He is 4-3 in his last 7 games. And for the Steelheads, it's going to be Jake Barczewski. He is the second year out of the University of Michigan Dallas Stars-Stein goaltenders, 12-4-1 this season with the Steelheads. He is 3-2 in his last 5 starts, including stopping 30 of 31 his last time out in a 4-1 win over Wichita. He has made at least 30 or more saves in 3 of his last 4 appearances.
Lights have dimmed inside Scope Arena. When we come back, we'll send it down to ice level to bring you tonight's starting lineups, national anthem, and puck drop between the Steelheads and Admirals as we wrap up our Cox Mobile pregame show on Guns N' Hoses night on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, And yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward. That spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
We're here for Guns and Hoses night to wrap up this 3-game set against the Idaho Steelheads. We'll send it down to ice level for public address announcer Brian Gimbel to introduce the teams and get the festivities started here for Saturday night action in downtown Norfolk.
Admirals fan, get on your feet and welcome to the ice, your Norfolk Admirals! And now the starting lineup for your Norfolk Admirals presented by Sky 4. On defense, number 5, Will Magnuson. On defense, number 10, Braden Inga. At forward, number 6, Brody Crane. At forward, number 17, Jaden Duro. At forward, number 24, Christoph Powell. And starting in goal, number 30, Isaac Poulter. Fans, please turn your attention to center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop. Please welcome to the ice, service dog in training, Avalanche, from Mutts with a Mission. Mutts with a Mission trains service dogs for disabled veterans, first responders, and law enforcement at no cost to the recipient. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, would you please stand if you're able? Gentlemen, remove your caps for the presentation of colors and the singing of the national anthem. Here to present our nation's colors, please welcome the Langley Honor Guard. Here to perform the Star Spangled Banner, please welcome students from W.T. Cook Elementary School. Cook Elementary School. Hey, Marco, let's finish this series.
All right, Admirals fans, it's Saturday night. We got a packed house, so let's start this hockey game. Get up, get loud, get crazy, and make some noise!
We talked about it in the pregame. You heard it right there. Guns N' Hoses brings with it a sellout crowd for Saturday night action here at Scope Arena. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, getting you set for period one, ready to conclude this three-game set against the Idaho Steelheads. The Admirals in their home navy blue uniforms will move left to right across the ice surface for period number one, trimmed in gold and white. Isaac Poulter in the net to our left. Idaho in white, trimmed in black and silver, will move right to left. Jake Barcheski in the net to our right. Both teams with a win so far in this three-game set. The final game is underway as Idaho wins the face-off at center. Braden Engum steps up at the red line to force Baum to dump it into the corner on the near side. There's Braden Engum getting back to start the breakout up the far side wall. It will not be an icing call. We'll wave it off as the Idaho defender tied up Jaden Durow, and neither of them were able to play it, so we continue on in the Admirals offensive zone. Pap steals it away, backhands it out in front, intercepted as Pap lost his stick in the skates of Bergsland, and they'll separate as the Steelheads lose it in the neutral zone. Here comes Brody Crane, a goal in 3 straight games coming into tonight. Backhands one off the outside of the net, and Durow gets to the puck below the goal line, throws it out towards the slot. McDougal pinching in, holds it, backhands it. No one's there as the Admirals are in the middle of a line change, but Durow gets it to the blue line for Musser. Musser lets one go off the blocker of Barcheski, and he gets the rebound back in the far half wall. Bergsland finds it first and starts the breakout for Idaho. They are only able to dump it out to Admiral possession at the blue line. It's a good first shift for the Admirals.
Yeah, good energy here for the team to start. We've seen that out of both games in this series here. Like we said in the pregame, Nick, got to do it for 60 minutes.
1 minute and 15 seconds gone in a scoreless first period. Reifenberger overskated at the blue line. Pearson lets it roll through him. Goes onto the stick of Malmquist out in front, and a good defensive stick from Nathan Knoll. Stops that one and deflects it over the glass and out of play with 18:35 left in a scoreless first period. Tonight is Guns N' Hoses night, a packed crowd here at Scope Arena. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay to see that Brody Crane backhand just missing the mark.
Yeah, just off the side of the goal there, but good energy there from the second line. Pop, Crane, and DeRoe to start things off here tonight for Norfolk.
Idaho wins an offensive zone face-off. They'll move it to the corner and eventually trying to get it up to the blue line. Good cut down on that angle by Crane. More collisions on the near side as that was Pescucci who knocked an Idaho player down. I believe that is Jordan Steinmetz who met the shoulder of Pescucci, and the Admirals take possession. Andre Sutter down the right wing wall over the blue line. Cuts in, toe drag shot blocked away. James Hardy's secondary attempt also goes off the shin pad of Holmes as Sutter lays a hit. Possession on for Crane. Good shot for a rebound. Sutter can't get it away from Holmes, and he'll start it right through center. Good defensive stick by Braden Engum, and Pescucci trying to take space given to him as Engum giving and taking some slashes to last night's game-winning goal scorer of Francesco Arcuri, getting the overtime winner for Idaho. 17:40 left in a scoreless first. David Drake reinserted into the lineup. Watches Braden Engum send it up the far wall. Engum gets it back on a deflection, and there is the veteran David Drake. More than 400 ECHL career games played for 55 in blue. Brady Florent will dump it into the corner from the trapezoid. It's stolen away out in front. Osmondson can't get it on goal, and Florent moves it back to the blue line. Engum a spinorama backhander for David Drake in the near circle. He'll walk in, sends a backhander towards the front, and it's backhanded just wide again, this time by Keeker Olsen in his second professional game. Engum tied up, comes back to David Drake at the blue line. His shot goes off the right pad of Barczewski as again the Admirals are not being given their first power play.
We're going to do this again tonight, aren't we, Nick?
16:53 left in a scoreless first period. The Admirals will reluctantly stay 5-on-5, continuing play into Idaho territory. Jack O'Leary fresh off the bench, forces the play up the near side. Silanoff gets it past McDougall, and that shot goes into the left-handed catching glove of Isaac Poulter. 16:35 left in a scoreless first period. Admirals hockey is more than just a game, it's an experience with a lineup of exciting promotional nights coming up. Every game brings something new to Scope Arena. From special themes and in-game entertainment to unique fan experiences, you won't want to miss what we've got planned. Visit our website to see our full 2025-26 promotional schedule. Idaho wins the offensive zone face-off, but the shot from the high slot gets blocked over the net. Musser gets to that puck on the far side first. Reifenberger chips it out. O'Leary uses his speed to give it to Reifenberger, but it's knocked away to the corner. Nathan Knoll supporting the forecheck effort as they get it away from Tommy Bergslin. Out come the Steelheads 3-on-3. They'll gain center ice red and dump it in. Around the far side boards, back behind the net. McDougall sends it up the far wall. Stays onside, but it deflects off a shin pad of Reifenberger, and Idaho sends it back in, needing a full sail line change. Musser knocked down on the play, but he gets possession to Caleb Price. Good saucer pass finds Christoph Pat. Pat for DeRoe, back door! Make it 4 in a row! Brody Crane gets the scoring started. 15:47 left in period one.
What a passing play there from the Admirals, Nick. As phenomenal patience, or great little feed right here from Pop. Starts with him, and then wide open as Crane. DeRoe has seen two tremendous plays there from Pop and DeRoe. It all starts with Pop on zone entry. DeRoe drives the middle, forces the defender into a decision. By doing that, he makes himself an option. Well done on the execution there for Norfolk.
So a 5-game point streak now for Jaden DeRoe as well.
Goal. Scoring his 9th of the season, number 6, Brody Crane. Assistant number 17, Jaden DeRoe. And number 24, Christoph Pass. At 4:13 of the first period, Crane from DeRoe and Pat at 4:13 of the first period.
1-0 lead for the Admirals less than 5 minutes into the opening period of play. The Admirals are 13-9-2-0 when scoring first, we might add. 1-0 lead for Norfolk. They have a 6-1 shot advantage as well. Isaac Poulter out of his net, plays it in the trapezoid to the far corner. Straight in the middle for Brady Florent. Florent for Osmundson. High slot. Keeker Olsen's shot cleared to the near corner. Florent knocked off the play. Here's Jardine taking refuge behind his net. He'll rim it up the near side boards. Pascucci tried to hold the line. Steelheads players collide with one another. Osmundson comes in just offside as Florent came in just a hair too early. The Skoke crowd disagrees.
The fans are on the officials earlier. They got the big boos when they came out in pregame introductions too.
So here's the backstory to all of this too. For Guns and Hoses, one ticket gets you into both games. There were quite a few penalties called in the Guns and Hoses game. I don't think these fans realize that this is a different officiating crew. So the residual booing from Guns and Hoses at 2 p.m. today.
There's also a crowd that's been at Guns and Hoses, so they're well lubricated for this game.
So the equipment issues are carrying over for Idaho goaltender Jake Barczewski. We saw him go off the ice for pregame warm-ups, and he's getting another set of fresh steel put in those skates, I believe.
Yeah, and I actually see Kralls, there's some movement. He sits on a stool down there by the Idaho dressing room, but he is standing up and waiting on the equipment manager, possibly getting his gloves and preparing to get in this game if they can't fix his equipment. So
well, the referee's pointing over to the locker room area.
Oh yeah. He can't skate. Whatever it is, there's a strap or something keeping him. We're going to get a goalie change here.
Ben Cross will have to come in. We'll see if he gets he gets sent back off. This is an equipment issue. This is not an injury or a...
It's weird, though, I figure, because right at warm-up started, he probably spent a good 5-6 minutes of warm-ups right where he's standing down there at the tunnel right now getting work done, and then we're just over 5 minutes into this game, and he's got what appears to be a very similar issue. So I don't know if it's a strap or his steel's not staying in or what it is, but there's something obviously not right with the all that goalie gear for Barczewski.
So equipment manager Chris Bestel already hard at work. Just 5 minutes and 10 seconds into this first period of play. So now the message to the Admirals, shoot the dang thing. You got to... warm-ups were only 5 game minutes ago, but there's been probably 30 minutes or so of real time from warm-ups till now.
30, Ben Cross.
14:40 left in period 1.
And you played them twice, so you got the scouting report on them. It's not like it's an unknown.
Well, speaking of scouting reports and unknown, the chippiness continues. Andre Sutter slashes the stick out of Punnet's hand as Punnett had Sutter tied up for quite a few seconds on the near side half wall. We're getting the standard set now. It's all hands on deck.
Sutzy should definitely get a penalty for that one, but he's not going to. The evidence is in the hands of Mr. Punnett, and it is in 2 pieces.
It is not supposed to fold like that, ladies and gentlemen.
So I think Andre Sutter, lucky he did not get a slashing penalty there after the whistle, and I guess if it's going to go both ways, then jungle ball, baby, let's go.
All you can ask from an officiating staff is that the standard is set early in the game and it continues on. If you're going to let both teams get away with things, then let both teams get away with things and don't change the standard with 10 minutes left in the third period in a 1-goal game. That's all I ask for anyways, and that's all my training as an on-ice official calls for. Osmundson with the turnover. Backhander goes on goal as Keeker Olsen.
Punnett lost another stick.
And there's no head equipment manager on the Steelhead bench because Chris Bestel. There's another broken stick.
Punnett just got taken out by an Admiral. He might go try
this
to
one in
run
front.
somebody.
Osmundson trying to poke it home. Good job by Osmundson to hold up at the whistle. We don't need too much extracurricular as the Admirals do have the 1-0 lead. 13:58 remaining in period 1. That will take us to our first media timeout. Here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, it's a 1-0 Admirals lead with 14 minutes left in period 1.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
.58 left in period one. It's a 1-0 Admirals lead. Brody Crane with his 9th of the season. A goal in 4 straight games for 6 in blue. Jaden Durow extends his point streak to 5 games. And Christoph Papp rounds out the score sheet as that second line all contributes to the game-opening goal. Just over 6 minutes gone here in period one on Guns N' Hoses night. The crowd continuing to fill in. A full day of festivities here, not only at Scope Arena, but in Hampton Roads. Try hockey for free day. Guns N' Hoses, some juniors action at Chilled Ponds, and the conclusion of the 3-game set between the Admirals and Steelheads.
Yeah, big 6-1 win here this evening for the elite team. If they win tomorrow, in the last game of the regular season, it comes down to it. They will be the number 1 seed in playoffs and division champs for the regular season. The premier team has already locked up the division. They start playoffs next weekend in Charlotte, North Carolina, in a best-of-3 series. For the premier team, it'll be the winner of the 4-versus-5 play-in game.
Osmondson taken down in the trapezoid, trying to get it up to Kieker Olsen. Kieker Olsen does get it back at the blue line. He'll send it strategically to the near side corner on deflection. Braden Engum activates below the goal line, trying to find Florent. Back to Osmondson, who leaves it for McDougal at the blue line. What a deflection from the defenseman. Engum sends it through the crease, and up the far wall it goes for the Idaho Steelheads to turn it over to Kieker Olsen, and he'll activate Brandon Osmondson down the near side wall, dropping it back for Brady Florent through McDougal, held at the blue line by Kieker Olsen. Florent through the crease as the net behind the Steelhead goaltender is displaced. Not enough to stop play just yet, and now it's pushed the rest of the way off. There should be no line change here for Idaho permitted because of that, which means we will not head to immediate timeout. Ben Cross looks like he will come out as the equipment of Jake Barczewski has been repaired in some way, shape, or form. We'll see how well it's been repaired, but Barczewski re-enters the game with 12:10 left in period one.
Yeah, whatever it is, we'll see if it holds up. I think that's the million-dollar question, because we thought it was repaired after him missing a portion of warm-ups. So
I'm not sure if it was the pad or the skate, but it's something with that right boot area. So potentially, if the Admirals get him moving laterally to our near side, his glove hand side, if he can't really push with that right skate over to the left, maybe something to take advantage of.
Yeah, I mean, I thought in warm-ups, to me, it looked like they were changing his steel. That was visually, I mean, it's hard to tell. He's far right side across the corner from our broadcast location, but it looks like they were snapping out steel, because when he came out onto the ice, he was kind of doing some C-cuts and testing those edges, but then that one almost looked more like, so there's basically a skate lace that runs underneath the skate boot to tie the pad to the goalie skates. And it looked like either a lace or a strap or something, and he was stepping on it with his blades. So whatever it is, we'll see if it's repaired. But Nick, I have noticed a little bit here, the Admirals are shooting a lot here. They're not trying to overthink things. They're throwing biscuits on net. 8 shots already through the first almost 8 minutes of this period here. So you can definitely tell the Admirals trying to keep that simple in the offensive zone.
12:10 left in period one. Speaking of repairs, we're trying to get
Punnet's getting 2 more assists from the bench.
We'll get the net behind the Idaho netminder replaced. We'll tell you about Admirals Con on March 21st. Ben Draper's favorite promotion, one of his brainchilds. We can join us as we blend the excitement of professional hockey with the world of comic books and pop culture for one unforgettable night. Fans in attendance will receive a special comic poster giveaway, and the energy will be high as the Admirals take on their newest North Division rival, the Greensboro Gargoyles. Visit our website to get tickets now to Admirals Con against the Greensboro Gargoyles. Still trying to get those pegs replaced behind the net of now Barczewski. It was Ben Kraws. They're having a conversation. Hey, thanks for stepping up. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Only a few more home games left in the Admirals season. The next 3, some Friday night action. Again, the Greensboro Gargoyles come to town. Still 6 games to be played against the newest North Division rival. Then Admirals Con that Saturday the 21st. And Beach Bums night against the Adirondack Thunder. The second to last home game on April 3rd against Adirondack. The net has been replaced on the goal line with 12:10 remaining in this first period. It will be an offensive zone face-off. Crane, Papp, and Duro out with McDougal and Musser. Near side circle face-off. Barczewski back in the net. Face-off to his left-hand glove side. Papp wins it. McDougal for the near half wall for Crane. He'll dump it down to the corner for Christoph Papp. Papp out in front, too far away from McDougal, pinching in from the blue line. Papp gets on the back check to dump it back in the corner.
A lot of overskating pucks from Idaho. It's the third or fourth time they've turned pucks over right at their own blue line. That's led to some counterattacks here for the Admirals.
Carson Musser with a good outstretched stick to hold possession for the Admirals. Crane supports, finds Duro straight up. Papp trying to jump in the play as Punnett lays a lick on Duro. Christoph Papp in on the forecheck. Duro and Papp, especially in this series, but Papp recently, over the last couple of weekends or so, especially with Osmondson out, both of them have really found a physical edge to their game.
Yeah, well, I think you said it best last night, Nick. A lot of games it's kind of been, let's wait to see if Oz sparks things. I think this whole series, it's come from a lot of different forms. Ozzy really wasn't involved in anything last night as far as kind of the scrappiness, the post-whistle scrums. It's coming from other avenues, which, like you said, it's not just relying on Oz to drag the team into the fight.
A lot more by committee rather than waiting for the one spark plug. Well, he's able to do it at a moment's notice. Pescucci lays a lick at the blue line. Another Idaho broken stick. This time it was a cross-check as Pescucci started to defend himself, so no penalty again. We stay 5-on-5.
Pescucci's got a little edge like his dad when he played here in Hampton Roads.
That one careens off the stanchion. Andre Sutter tying up with Holmes. Reifenberger jumps in. Holmes throwing punches. We're going at it again in front of Isaac Coulter. They'll head down to the ice, and we'll see what penalties come from this. Punches were definitely thrown from Holmes. Or Curry now, again, just going right at the referee, asking why there was no penalty call.
They like to cry, and they love to throw punches without the other guy dropping their gloves. That's about the third time this series that they just start wailing on somebody.
Well, and look who it was for the boys in blue. Marco Reifenberger for the third straight game.
Making friends. Reify doing...
Well, why is Reifenberger being sent off?
Good question. I do not know.
There's 10.5 left in period 1. If it's just a 5-minute major for fighting, he should be in the penalty box.
I don't even know if we have to see it up close. I don't even know if Reifenberger threw punches on that. He took some punches.
Holmes has entered the beat box penalty box for the Steelheads. Reifenberger has gone to the locker room. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay to see if we can sort this out. It was an innocent dump in. Holmes coming in a little too close. Sutter trying to clear it out.
No, don't touch my guy. I don't know, maybe.
Reifenberger drops the gloves first, but then he's horse-collared from behind. Holmes is a willing combatant. He drops his gloves, gets more licks in than he gave.
Took.
Yes, gave more than he took. Trying to wait to see if anything comes from when they're getting up. We're still sorting it out all on the ice in live action as we look at this replay. Still don't see anything extra, except from Holmes right there punching Reifenberger. and then they're separated. So Holmes got the extra shot where they're on their knees with linesmen in between them. Reifenberger's bloody.
Yeah,
there it is. Excellent work from our production crew here, getting that up-close shot. We see the leakage on the visor of Reifenberger.
And guess what? A double minor for roughing. That's 3 for 3. We got ourselves a hat trick.
So head athletic trainer Darcy Weart still on the bench, but the team doctor will likely take a look.
Yeah, team doctor sit right down there by the locker room, right by that door next to that is Cale Morris, the former goalie that's on the wall up there. And, they sit right down there. And
so it's another prolonged stoppage here with 10:30 left in period 1. You know, for the Admirals, you score a goal and then you get a goalie change and a net displacement to kind of take the buzz out of the air. You get a little bit of a scuffle, technically not a fight, 3 for 3 for Reifenberger on double minors in altercations. And then you have the energy pop, but then it dies back down. If you're the Admirals, you want to just keep this crowd engaged and energized and feed off this home crowd.
Yes, but control the controllables.
Yes.
I've said that before. Ride the wave here. You got a big crowd tonight, and you keep working and playing the way we've done the last 2 games here against Idaho. The energy will stay.
Home for the Admirals, number 16, Marco Reifenberger. 4 minutes each for roughing. Steelheads, Holmes, Admirals, Reifenberger. 4 minutes each for roughing at 9:30 of the first period.
So neither team given their first power play of the night. Far side play for Magnuson. Blocker save made by Barczewski. Again reinserted in following his equipment malfunction. James Hardy cross-checked in the kidney towards the boards. Magnuson wanted the one-timer. Able to get it back to his stick as Engum moves it back to Magnuson. His fluttering shot goes into the left-handed catching glove of Barczewski, and that will take us to our second media timeout, I believe. There we go. There's the horn. 9:49 left in period 1, 1-0 lead for the Admirals on the Centerra Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
9:49 left in period 1. The Admirals will have an offensive zone face-off as they lead 1-0 over the Idaho Steelheads. Here on the Centerra Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network, Keeker Olsen centering Florent and Osmondson with Hebert still out of the lineup. Steelheads win the face-off in the near circle. They'll clear it to the neutral zone. Through the glove of McDougall for Musser back defensively in a good position to support his partner. And McDougall gets it out. Osmondson chips. He's got a 2-on-1 with Keeker Olsen. And it goes off the shin pad of Boltman. Comes back to the near blue line for McDougall. Shot towards the front of the net, paddled away by Barczewski. Good pass from Osmondson through his legs on the backhand out in front. Read by Idaho, and Punnett will look for a breakout. Splits the seam, and they'll move to the far circle. Pass back out in front, careens to the corner. Backhander to the slot for Punnett. He'll rip one wide of the far side post as Keeker Olsen gets to it, throws it off the glass, glove down by Boltman, and he'll dump it right back into Admiral territory.
Tell you what, Nick, Ozzy is usually money with some of those really nice passes, throwing sauce on them, and Idaho has made some really nice plays defensively on him this series to knock some of them even out of midair. He's had the options, and not that he's done anything wrong, just very good defensive plays by Idaho to shut him down.
Idaho, after their win last night, jumped up to number 3 overall in the ECHL, second in the Mountain and Western. So,
you know, we should have known this stat. I actually had it on my sheet, but I didn't pay attention to it at the start of overtime. But after last night, the Steelheads lead the league with 26 points in games decided in overtimes or shootouts.
2-on-1 develops. Duro, far circle, backdoor over the stick of Crane.
So they're very good in extra time.
Yes. Duro's shot goes off the glass, comes back out in front, handled by Pap, who's thrown to the glass. Skate to stick to hold it in the near corner. Blue line. Pescucci's shot is a great one on goal, and the rebound poked back behind the net. Duro can't get it. Jardine starts the breakout for Pearson.
These three are buzzing together tonight.
Yes. Far circle shot fought off by Poulter as Engum did not allow an easy shot on goal. Poulter did his job, and the rebound cleared and handled by O'Leary. O'Leary's going to use his speed through the neutral zone over the blue line, cuts to the left wing. Backhander on goal, blockered away by Barczewski. Hardy supports. Reifenberger still in the locker room getting repairs and would still be serving his double minor for roughing regardless, as Holmes is still in the beat box, penalty box as well. Barczewski gloves it down with 7:20 left in period 1.
The Admirals are, 12-2, I believe, in the shot category. They have got their skating legs here across the board. The Ads are moving a little bit slow here from the Steelheads to start. And like we said, a little bit sloppy on their zone exits have led to a few turnovers that have turned into chances for Norfolk.
So again, Reifenberger still in the locker room getting repairs. We talked about it in the Cox Mobile pregame show. The Admirals going 11-7, meaning 11 forwards, not 4 complete lines. Another broken stick for Idaho. They're going through their Warrior and CCM paraphernalia. Is now a 2-on-1 restarts. Arcuri, back pass. Musser with a great defensive play. He'll start Nathan Knoll the other direction down the left wing. Drops it back. Hardy on the far side. Sheds his man on a stop and start. Walks to the blue line. Hardy fakes the shot. Goes into the skate of Ports, and here comes Idaho 2-on-2. Arcuri holds on to it. Near circle shot over the crossbar as the net behind Isaac Poulter is displaced.
The Steelhead's hurt. I don't know which one that is. But
Nathan Knoll colliding with a Steelhead down. I believe that's number 29, Jordan Steinmetz, with 6:39 left in period 1.
Landing on each other here. Just take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay of this defensive play by Carson Musser. What a recovery. Good awareness, too, because he was about to step hard there to a Curry. And he realized that there was a second Steelhead coming. A little saucer pass would have led to a wide-open Steelhead on a breakaway. And Musser makes a late reaction to fix it, and a big pop from the crowd as Marco Reifenberger comes back. He's going to have to go to the penalty box, though.
Let's say he's going to the bench. This will be interesting. I don't think anybody's realized.
I think Darcy, we are just.
There we go. There we go.
I saw the towel moving that's in his hand, kind of like you got to go over there.
So the net behind Isaac Poulter being replaced. We'll tell you about our final Sunday home game and our first draft deal of the night. You can buy tickets through our first draft offer and get your first draft beer of the night for just $5. Visit our website or our social medias to get your first draft deal for our last Sunday game of the season here at Scope Arena against the Greensboro Gargoyles on March 22nd. .6:39 left in period 1, 1-0 lead for the Admirals. Guns and Hoses night. The police department took down Team Fire. The enforcers took down Team Fire, I should say.
The police have gotten better over the years, Nick. The fire department used to kind of own that series. A couple former pros on that team used to kind of do what they wanted to when the time came to get the victory. But over the last couple of years, the police have added a few guys, a couple former Whalers, Kalen Bolanowski, Cody Pesic, Corey Cheney, that also played in college, those guys too. And they've become members of the police department. Cheney in Norfolk, Virginia Beach for Bolanowski and Pesic, and few other members of the police department. They've gotten their team much, much stronger, and I think that's 2 or 3 in a row now for the police department.
And I believe, as you mentioned, that's after the fire department, I think, rattled off 6 or 7 straight wins. Keeker Olson takes that hit and stands his man up in the neutral zone after he was almost run over here in his second professional game. Pass along the blue line. Keeker Olson is back. Backdoor feed goes over his stick, and the one-timer goes over the crossbar.
Yeah, it was on his on-hand, not his offhand. The one time that pass was rolling a little bit too. A little bit of a break caught there by the Admirals.
Keeker Olson trying to come down the near side wall. Cut off by Punnett. Florent steals it away. Backhands it. Far side, Caleb Price walks in, and his shot goes into the left-handed catching glove, as now the Steelheads are going to tackle Keeker Olson in the low slot.
Kanata just kind of, this was country night, roped him and hauled him down.
5:58 left in period 1. Kanate's tackle should take us into our third and final media timeout, and it will. Still a 1-0 lead for the Admirals here on Guns N' Hoses night. Just about 14 minutes gone here in period 1 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
The catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Hey, hockey fans, take the action from the rink to Just Birdies, Norfolk's multi-sport simulator bar and grill. Shoot, swing, and score in over a dozen sports or chill with craft drinks and great eats. It's the perfect play after the game. Just Birdies, where every night's game night. 5:58 left in period 1. 1-0 lead for the Admirals. Shots 13-2. In favor of Norfolk as well. Another offensive zone faceoff coming up. The media timeout allows the top line to get some rest and stay on the ice. Keeker Olson in for the faceoff. Osmondson and Florent looking for a quick one-timer as we're on the far side. That is McDougal out here with Caleb Price. This one rolls off the right pad of Barcheski. Rimmed back to the near side. Caleb Price pinned along the boards, but he gets the puck to Florent and poked all the way down. Is this going to have legs for an icing call? No, it won't. Caleb Price gets on his horse, takes a hit to hold possession for a moment for McDougal. Possession won by Idaho. Punnett's going to walk down the near wall. His shot fought off by Isaac Poulter. The net displaced again with 5:30 left in period 1.
Yeah, the net dislodging thing was a problem for a few years, but it really hasn't reared its head much, if any, this year. But tonight they're popping off.
Well, and I didn't get a close enough look. Again, it's Guns N' Hoses night. There's already been a full game played here, so the warmer temperatures, the extra bodies in the building, the ice already being played on. Not spectacular ice quality. I don't know if they use the pro pegs or if they use those piranha pegs that may have chopped up where the regular pro pegs go. Either way.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So all of that could be leading to, now that's the third time we've had to put the nets back on place, but I will blame Isaac Poulter a little bit on that one as he makes that save, makes the rebound save as well. He elevated his shoulder right into that crossbar to cut that angle down. Not too much that really could have done.
That one wasn't cheap.
No.
Yeah. He laid the physical play on the post.
Yes. You got to get activated when you can.
Yeah.
5:07 left in period 1. Idaho moves it to the top of the slot. Good defensive stick from Brody Crane. Intercepted at the blue line by Bergslin. Drops it to the near circle. Backdoor feed. Pinballs onto the stick of Jaden Duro.
Oh, we got a penalty.
There's a Steelhead player down.
Maybe Ingham's stick got up. I think it's Braden Ingham. They're checking for blood.
Ports.
Two minutes, it appears. A big penalty kill here for the Admirals, Nick. 4:54 left to go in this opening period as Braden Ingham will go to the beat box, penalty box. The Admirals were 2 for 2 on the penalty kill in last night's contest. I believe it was 1 for 3 on Wednesday, or 2 for 3 on the kill, excuse me. 3 for 4.
For the Admirals, number 10, Braden Ingham. 2 minutes for high sticking at 15:06 of the first period. Ingham, 2 minutes for high sticking at 15:06 of the first period. Your Admirals are on the Centera Therapy Center's penalty kill.
4.5 left in period one. 20 seconds gone in the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Idaho working it around the Admirals' defensive zone. They'll move it to the far side top circle, migrating back to the blue line. Bergslund dumps it off. Back to the near side circle. Pearson can't pull the trigger, still holding onto it. Goes cross ice, and a deflection goes off the glass, but stays in play. And in the Admirals' defensive zone, they'll move it to the far corner. Back up to the blue line for Bergslund. Pelton Bice wanted to drop pass. He'll get it back now in the high slot. Near side one-timer by Pearson goes wide.
That was meant to be there, though. That was actually a tip play, but that was Malmquist in the back door just missed that one with his backhand.
And a bouncing puck finds its way to Idaho territory. Norfolk makes a wholesale line change halfway through their first kill of the night. Carson Musser scored a short-handed goal last night. It was the Admirals' second of the game, second goal of the game, not second shorthanded goal. Now there's Brandon Osmondson to skate it down. Drops it back for O'Leary, stops on a dime in the high slot, yields possession, didn't have a play to make. Couldn't get it deep either as it deflects over the glass and out of play.
Snagged out of the air by the gentleman in the black hoodie and the black hat. That was drew a pop from the crowd there. That was a good catch.
Sign him to a spring training deal.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
3:28 left in period one.
Let's see if we'll get a look at that catch by the fan right here. Bottom of your screen. Don't really see it right there on the Visit Williamsburg replay.
Still 30 seconds of Centera Therapy Center penalty kill time. Admirals holding on to a 1-0 lead. Steelheads have it knocked out of the air by Osmondson. Wanted to send O'Leary, makes the smart play, doesn't force anything, and goes back for Musser and McDougall to play catch.
Yeah, you said it right there, doesn't force it. It's three Steelheads that converged on O'Leary as Turbo was ready to go off to the races on that one.
3 minutes remaining in period one, 6 seconds left in their penalty kill. So the shorthanded goal last night for Carson Musser gives the Admirals now 7 total shorthanded goals. Idaho has 6 shorthanded goals of their own, I might add. And we always go back to that pre-Christmas series against the Worcester Railers. 3 straight games against Worcester, the next opponent for the Admirals at the DCU Center. 3 straight games with a shorthanded goal.
Yeah, let's chalk that up as one of those stats you're not going to hear or see very often.
Inside of 3 to go in period one. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. Good step up from Pescucci in just his second professional game as well. Both he and Keeker Olson were signed out of Canisius College. This just their second professional game. Keeker Olson on a standard player's contract. Pescucci laying another hit on an ATO, an amateur tryout contract. He may play his way into an SPC.
Yeah, you can definitely tell not just the physical side, but he looks much more comfortable here, as does Keeker Olson here in game number 2 with the Admirals.
Ingham broke his stick. Duro gave him his. So now Duro doesn't have a twig. He'll head to the bench to get a fresh one. Good job by head equipment manager Curtis Mosley to give him the fresh CCM twig. And all players have the proper equipment on the ice. But Braden Ingham playing with Jaden Duro's left-handed shorter CCM stick. as Idaho moves it around the Admirals zone. Brody Crane gets there, dumps it with a lob wedge to center ice. Unable to be touched by Christoph Pappen. Idaho restarts real quick down the near side wall. Liam Malmquist dumps it high slot, shot wide of the near side post with a $1:40 left in period one.
The stick bills of both of these teams are climbing in this opening frame. Specifically Idaho, I think they're, 4 or 5 already this first period.
Specifically Connor Punnett,
yes,
going through his entire arsenal of twigs. Inside of 90 seconds to go in period one. 1-0 lead for the Admirals, back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. David Drake backhands it around the boards to the near side, intercepted by Punnett. Over his stick, and Jack O'Leary tries to transition. Through the stick of Sutter, there's no icing. They say it deflected. Pearson colliding with Reifenberger as Musser intercepts in the neutral zone.
Reifenberger taking a cross check. Go figure.
O'Leary down the near side wall. Walks in, out in front. Good stick from Musser, jumping up in the play. But it goes off the right pad of Barczewski, and it's dumped in by Idaho to Admiral territory in the near corner. 45 seconds left in the period. Admirals get possession back. Kieker Olsen, good drop for Brady Florent. Florent near circle, shot wide. Wanted Reifenberger on a tip. Knocked out of the air by Holmes. You mentioned it as Osmondson trying to make those plays. Another good hand-eye coordination play by Idaho. This time Holmes knocks that out of the play and starts the transition. Holmes gets it back in the high slot, knocked away by Musser. Admirals can't clear. Second effort they do. Florent finds Musser, who finds Osmondson. Backhander, Musser handcuffed him. This one goes in. They say it's a goal.
That looked like a high stick to me, but
I also thought Florent got it with a high stick.
But it's weird. The signal from the referee made it look like it went in off the hand. Like he did a hand motion and then pointed to the net. So we'll see if we can tell on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Osmondson drops it back. It's definitely they're going to the tablet. They just announced it.
This is where it handcuffs Musser. If he's a righty, he's firing that all day. Gets deflected up off the skate.
Here, I think it's the high stick. I think there's 100% that's a high stick. But I think they're saying that Barczewski then, that wing didn't go directly into the net. It went off Barczewski as he was falling back, went in the net. I think, as I believe you do, Nick, that's probably going to be called off. But you can see on the right-hand side of your corner the hand motion by the referee pointed in. I think he's saying your goalie shoved that in with his back.
So here's where I'll put my referee hat
Here's the
on.
referee hat. All right. Here we go.
It's not necessarily, it's mostly about what is the driving force of the puck towards the net.
So I think it was 100% was a high stick. No doubt about that. I think we can all agree. I think it went off of the stick of Florent towards Barczewski. So right here, watch it go towards the goaltender. And then he's flopping like a steelhead on the dock, and he rolls back into it with his back and bumps it into the net. That did not go directly into the net off the stick of Brady Florent. The driving force was the back of Barczewski falling into the puck.
A quick review. Here we go. No goal. I won't disagree with it. And I'll say the driving force to get the puck into that kind of position is an illegal high stick. While the final force may have been a slight touch of the back of Barczewski, I will say that it was a very clear and obvious high stick from Brady Florent. That is the driving force to get that puck to the goal line.
Well above the crossbar.
So it stays 1-0. I don't like the outcome, but I understand.
The fans are booing. That was like I said, there was zero question it was a high stick.
Yes.
And Coach Carr is having a talk with the head official Chaz Nochi, as now Will Idaho's bench boss, Everett Sheen.
It's only 3 seconds left in the period, too. The faceoff comes out to the neutral zone, 1-0 for the Admirals. Pap wins the faceoff at center. Musser takes one final bump as Holmes and Engum comes in supporting. Here we go! Everybody's got a dance partner again. O'Leary trying to pull Holmes off of somebody. Keep an eye on the benches as it's 5-on-5.
Dodaro just jumped in there and started throwing fists.
Musser goes for a swing. Holmes ties him up. O'Leary jumps on him.
Just hopping in there. I mean, that's a fourth time. Dodaro runs in there and starts throwing fists at guys. That's into a scrum. He just starts throwing fists.
And then Admiral's glove gets thrown by our Curry.
Nothing like kicking a glove. Show them how tough you are. I love it, though. I love the team toughness right there, again, from the Admirals.
It's Papper again.
Yeah. Now here we go with the step back in time with the Visit Williamsburg replay. Unnecessary right there. Little push, then.
Oh, Musser goes with the cross-check in retaliation for the late hit.
Dodaro cross-checks, and then watch Dodaro, 81 in white, just start throwing punches right here. Boom.
Sucker punch to the captain's head. You know the Admirals are going to go back at him for that.
Well, if this is like yesterday, we'll be shorthanded somehow. So,
And it will all be double minors for roughing. There will be no fights handed.
But we'll be shorthanded. That's kind of like the Brody Crane penalty yesterday. These benches aren't separated yet.
No, they are not. I was just about to say let's head to our break, but players have not gone off. Our Curry wants to go at the entire Admirals roster. Osmondson challenges at the red line.
Spear him. Do it. Do it, a Curry. Do it.
Joseph Johnson, the linesman. It takes everything to get our Curry off the ice. Musser and Jardine still going at it. Verbally, I'll add.
Oh, this is going to be a fun night, Nick. This is far from over. I don't know what triggered Mr. Curry right there, but he was livid. I thought he was going to spear Oz in the face for a minute.
He got close.
You know, and I'm going to say this, and we've talked about some of the non-calls. If you're the ref in this game, you got to start tightening things up or this gets out of hand. That's on the officials.
Yes.
You keep evening it up. You better start handing out 10s or making guys pay with being short-handed, or it's going to get out of hand if it's going to be allowed. As you'll see right here on the replay, watch at the right of your screen, Curry being held back by the linesman, yelling at somebody, and then he spins away from Joseph Johnson right here and just comes stick right at the face of Osmondson. Like that should be a penalty.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We're only 20 minutes into this one, and it's a 1-0 Admirals lead after 20 minutes of play. When we come back, it'll be the Buds, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank.
In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
Bodies continue to bang here for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric Intermission Show as some bubble hockey is being played on the ice for our first intermission as the Admirals hold a 1-0 lead after a chaotic 20 minutes of play. And we welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones, producer Benjamin Draper off to our right, here for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. What a week of hockey we've had. 2 exciting games against an unlikely rival, I might add, but this is a heavily penalized Steelheads team against an Admirals team that is not willing to back down, and I know you're chuckling at Salty out there.
Yeah, our mascot is in a referee jersey with a walking stick and a blindfold on, and he just keeps running into the boards and the glass over there. Has no idea where he's going, and it's quite hilarious. He's about to run into the net in the middle of this, I don't know what they call it, but we'll call it the soccer game there. It's hilarious. But yeah, this has been, again, this is a start to what has been 2 great games in this series. We talked about it in the pregame show. Hopefully it carries over to an exciting matchup. What a first period. I think, what do we got here? 16-5 edge and shots for the Admirals that period. Specific highlight to Dureau, Pap, and Brody Crane. Man, those 3, not to discredit anyone else on the team because the team's played well, but those 3 really have it going tonight. That goal they scored was a beautiful passing play, but every shift they've been noticeable, and you really feel kind of a chemistry and a connection building between those 3.
And that goal, I believe, is our Scrimp Shack play of the period. Brody Crane, a goal in 4 straight games. Jaden Dureau's pass backdoor gives him a 5-game point streak and an early 1-0 Admirals lead, and they're off and humming here in period 1.
Well, it's 17 right there, Dureau driving the net. Good patience from Pap, but it's that net drive by Jaden Dureau that makes that whole play. If he stops his feet at the blue line and is looking for a drop pass or anything like that, that play doesn't happen. The fact that he drove the front of the net, drove the middle lane, right, center lane drive, the coaches call it, it forced that defenseman in a decision. He stepped up on Christoph Pap, made a beautiful feed to Dureau, but because of that decision to drive the net by Jaden Dureau, created that 2-on-1 and then backdoor to Brody Crane, who seems like right now he just cannot miss.
So Braden Engum gets the lone penalty to put his team shorthanded in that period. We had that double minor for roughing on Reifenberger again for the 3rd straight game. And we do not know the outcome of the line brawl at the end of that period. The word on the street is that the officials went into the locker room to figure it out. So there is nothing on the live scoring. We don't have an update. We don't know what the man-on-man situation is going to be when we come back to start the 2nd period. But all I know is that this sellout crowd and you watching and listening at home, it's going to be a treat when we come back for the start of this 2nd period. We're going to step aside for a brief moment, and when we come back, it'll be more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. We'll recap some of the Guns and Hoses festivities here tonight.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping and partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
The catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena for more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. A chaotic opening 20 minutes of play here for Guns N' Hoses night has brought the Admirals into a 1-0 lead at the end of period number 1. Well, we've mentioned it, Guns N' Hoses night, police versus firefighter hockey teams for a charity game with a lot of energy and a big crowd on hand at 2 p.m. this afternoon. One of our interns, Amber, got some excellent footage of the festivities earlier today that bled into the excitement of tonight's action. If you weren't able to come out, and if you were able to come out and want to catch a piece of this excellent footage, take a watch. An excellent afternoon as the Enforcers, the police hockey team, got the 3-2 victory, and a lot of money was raised for Vigilant Watch, and other different charitable donations will be made after a big crowd was on hand to watch the game, and tonight as well. So a brief update following the extracurriculars at the end of that first period. The only penalties that are going to come out, Carson Musser for the Admirals and Dodaro, Charlie Dodaro for the Steelheads will just get matching minor penalties for roughing. So we assume that we're going to start 4-on-4 on the ice when we resume play for period 2. While we have some time here on the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show, we'll take you around some out-of-town North Division scores. The Trois-Rivières Lions defeating the Worcester Railers, the next opponent for the Admirals, 6-4 at Colisée Videotron. That was a 3 p.m. puck drop earlier today. The Admirals will hit the road Monday night, get into Worcester, Massachusetts on Tuesday early morning practice at the DCU Center, and get set for a Wednesday game against the Worcester Railers before a pair of games against the Maine Mariners in Portland, Maine. Also around the North Division, currently about 6 minutes into their second period, the Reading Royals and Greensboro Gargoyles are tied at 1 apiece. The only other North Division team in action tonight, that game hasn't even started yet as the Wheeling Nailers head to Rapid City, South Dakota for a matchup with the Rush at 7:05 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That will do it for our out-of-town scores around the North Division, and that'll do it for our Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show. When we come back, we'll break down the penalties dished out at the end of period 1, get you set for period 2 as the Admirals bring a 1-0 lead into the second 20 minutes of play. This has been the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric first intermission show.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
Musser and Dodero take their places in the beatbox penalty box. Just minor penalties for each of them. And we'll start 4-on-4 on the ice as the Admirals bring a 1-0 lead into the second period. Nick Kimball alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. Brad, it's been an exciting week of hockey, and the start to this game has been nothing short of a spectacular start.
Yeah, and I don't think the chippiness, physicality, and the boiling hatred that seems to be building between these two teams is going to stop anytime soon. I think it's only going to continue to ramp up. I mean, that's what, 4 almost full-fledged line brawls in 2 games in a period.
yeah, just about.
Box penalty box for the Steelheads. Number 81, Charlie Dodero. For the Admirals, number 4, Carson Musser. 2 minutes each for roughing at 20 minutes of the first period. Steelheads, Dodero. Admirals, Musser. 2 minutes each for roughing at 20 minutes of the first period.
Jaden Duro will chase down an errant back pass by the Steelheads all the way down to Idaho territory. Osmondson supporting on the forward check, but it comes out for Steelhead possession. 3-on-2, 4-on-4 even strength play. Pearson from the high slot. Good defensive stick from Jaden Duro to get back and make up for his turnover in the offensive zone just 39 seconds into the second period of play.
Yeah, definitely nice work by Duro to make up. He turned that one over. His line mates had gone for a change. He just blindly threw it backwards, led to that 3-on-2. Does a good job to get back, get a stick in the lane, and block that shot right there and thwart that attempt.
And take a look at the stick positioning of what he did first. He cut down that pass to the back door as Tommy Bergsland was on the near side. Duro got his stick in that passing lane. When he saw the commitment from Caleb Pearson to fire it, got that active stick to swing in the shooting lane and deflect it over the glass. It's a really, really good start to that defensive play by cutting off the passing lane first.
Yeah, good defensive effort, like I said, by Duro to get back there. That could have been dangerous as that missed pass to Osmondson started out as a 4-on-2, and Duro able to back check, get position, and break that one up.
Admirals win a defensive zone face-off. Will Magnuson starts it from the trapezoid. Dangerous for O'Leary. He escapes from in front of his own net, comes down the near side wall, cuts to the high slot, gives it back to Christoph Papp in the offensive zone, cycles around the net to the far side circle, still holds possession. His shot blocked away. Caleb Price able to get back in the neutral zone as Christoph Papp set a little bit of a pick and gave Price a little bit of extra room. Got his first professional point last night, and it gets thrown down to the ice by Jardine. 18:43 left in period 2, still 43 seconds of 4-on-4 play.
Really been impressed with Price's skating ability. Really has a good effect on the game, allows him to create.
Engum, quick pass up, Florent walks right in. His shot goes right into the midsection of Barczewski, who wanted to play that out. But it'll stop play with 28 seconds left in 4-on-4 even strength play.
And there's that feed right there. Step back in time, visit Williamsburg replay. And right into that Steelhead logo there from Brady Florent. You know, that's not where he wanted to place that one. Wants a redo on it.
18:26 remaining in period 2. Shot 17-5 in favor of the Admirals. Brody Crane is back defensively as McDougall, the lone defenseman, gets a stick on that, and Crane has to chase it to the far corner. McDougall from the trapezoid walks out from behind his net down the left wing for Nathan Knoll. Stutter step at his own blue line. Gains center ice red, moves it down the far side for Dureau. Bumps it off the wall for Brody Crane. Back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. Dodero and Musser out of the beat box penalty boxes. Musser shot on goal. And so Musser will stay on the ice. He'll be on the blue line with David Drake right now. Idaho will clear it out. Look at that play from Jaden Dureau. No high stick. Whacks it over his head out of the air. Gets it back out in front and can't get the shot on goal. Idaho comes back 3-on-2 transitionally. Bergslund drops it. Far circle shot. Save Poulter. Rebound just wide of the near side post. And O'Leary slows it down over the stick of Musser. Idaho's going to pick up the loose puck on the far half wall for a moment. And down to the corner it goes for Jaden Miller. O'Leary picks it up. He'll move down the right wing transitionally. And he'll dump it in.
Yeah, good follow-up save there from Isaac Poulter, as that was Ports that knocked that second attempt out of midair. And a nice save sequence there from Isaac Poulter, who's only faced 6 shots in this hockey game.
Idaho dumps it in wide of Poulter's net to the near side corner boards. Reifenberger bumps it up for Andre Sutter. Can't get it deep around Steinmetz. And Dodero pushes to the left side for Kanade. Kanade, hard rim around the near side. Steinmetz dumps it in, not far enough for an icing call. Engum sends it right back towards the blue line. Andre Sutter brought it into his own defensive zone, so it's onside. And it continues at the blue line for Steinmetz. Far circle shot, fought off the glove hand of Poulter, got just enough to steer it wide, and the rebound sent to neutral ice, but picked up by Steinmetz for Jardine to hold it for Idaho.
I saw a lot of that out of Idaho in the first period. A couple turnovers, right at their own blue line from the Admirals there, but nothing to show for it out of from the Steelheads.
4 minutes gone in period 2, 1-0 lead for the Admirals. This one goes all the way down for an icing call. Caleb Price got on his horse just enough for a Sheraton Waterside icing with 15:58 left in period number 2. Now available Inside the Fleet, the official Norfolk Admirals podcast. The debut episode features Admirals defenseman Josh McDougall offering insight into his season, his path to Norfolk, and stories from inside the locker room. Inside the Fleet will feature exclusive player interviews, behind-the-scenes access, and conversations from around the organization throughout the season. Listen to the first episode now on multiple platforms. Starting to bank a couple of episodes to play towards the end of the season. Maybe 1 or 2 that'll bleed into the off-season as well.
Something to pay attention to, Nick. Really started to notice a lot of stretch in the zone from Idaho right now. As soon as their D get it, they are flying the zone, trying to get that breakaway stretch pass.
And look at Jack Pascucci. Lays a hard hit, comes back, mixes it up in front, almost draws a steelhead of Steinmetz to go after him.
Thought the Olympics were done, but I guess we're still watching diving.
15:31 left in period 2. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Pascucci lays a bomb of a hit just off screen, and then we'll see him come back in towards the front of the net. Just a little bit of a bump, and Steinmetz goes down.
Told you, Idaho just
they don't like their game being shoved back in their face.
No, they get their panties in a bunch.
Shots 18-7 in favor of the Admirals. 4.5 gone in period 2. Far side circle face-off, blocker hand side of Poulter. Steelheads get a quick shot on goal. Musser and Pearson exchange pleasantries in the blue paint. Will separate and do it all over again. Admirals win the second face-off in their defensive zone. Musser up the near wall. Hardy was tied up, so no icing. Knocked down in the neutral zone by McDougal. Stolen away from O'Leary. Idaho walks right in and scores. Tie game.
Yeah, those are mistakes. Just can't happen, Nick. Jack O'Leary playing with fire, trying to do way too much. He's got to chip that one in deep. You know, he knows it. He's probably going to hear it from his coaching staff. You just can't try to do too much right there. And the Admirals playing so well, you don't want to give that free offense to the Steelheads, and they're going to make you pay for that. They're too good of a team.
Tied at 1. Just about 5 minutes gone in period number 2. It will be an unassisted goal for Liam Malmquist, his 19th of the season. Face off back at center. Admirals dump it into the far corner.
Number 25, Liam Malmquist, unassisted at 4:54 of the second period. Malmquist unassisted at 4:54 of the second period.
Drake centering pass for Jaden Durow. Finds Durow at the blue line. Dumped off a couple of bodies and cleared back for Drake at the neutral zone red line. Drake gets it back from Magnuson. Up the near wall, deflected in, no icing. Durow picks it up in the far corner, rims it near side for Brody Crane to chase it down. Crane lost the handle. Bergslin to the far corner. Engum lays a hit. Bergslin picks up possession though. And the Steelheads push it to the left side for Jeff Baum. Dumped in. Poulter doesn't allow the carom off the end wall to come out in front of the net. So Engum starts it for Drake, and Engum gets it back in the far corner. Kanade is shadowing in front of Isaac Poulter, forcing Engum to try to go up the far wall. Engum doesn't want to, as collisions in the neutral zone give a little bit of space to Christoph Pappat on the left wing, but he can't dump it in deep enough. Intercepted by Engum at the blue line, dumps it in. He was caught in the neutral zone with Osmundson in an offside position, and it comes back out to neutral ice for Kieker Olsen and Brady Florent to dump it in.
Feels like after that tying goal, we need a good energy bump here. Big hit or a scrum or something to kind of reignite the energy, kind of let the air out of this building a little bit, Nick.
Well, the last big hit was laid by the defender that just played it up the near side wall for Osmundson. Pescucci gets back up into the neutral zone, out there with Caleb Price as the Steelheads come down the near side wall. Price and Kieker Olsen get it away for Pescucci, and Osmundson goes with Florent over the blue line 2-on-2. Drops it for Florent. He'll escape to the top of the zone, crisscrossing with Caleb Price, who escapes down the near side wall towards the front off a skate. And back come the Steelheads 2-on-2 as Kieker Olsen and Pescucci, that is Musser, forcing that dump into the near side for Kieker Olsen, who leaves it for his new captain.
Yeah, and he had O'Leary Price did on the back door, just a good intercept there.
O'Leary uses his speed down the near side. Musser walks right in. Backhander, save made. Rolls back to the blue paint. Mad scramble in front of Barczewski as the Idaho netminder covers it up. And a shocking revelation is cooler heads are going to seem to prevail after that mad scramble in front to take us to our first media timeout with 12:36 left in period number 2. We're tied at 1 here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward. That spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
.12:36 left in period two. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay as Carson Musser sends this one, walks it right in on goal. Barczewski makes the initial save. There's a rebound at the top of the blue paint. Everybody collapses to the Idaho net. Barczewski stands his ground, and the Admirals are unable to capitalize on that most recent opportunity. They'll win the ensuing offensive zone faceoff. Crane sends it towards the front. Pinball's wide, and Pap sends it back to Crane at the far blue line. Carson Musser jumps into the near side corner to pick it off the bounce. Off the near side dasher boards. And Idaho wins possession, and here they come through the neutral zone 3-on-2. Holmes over the blue line, far side, back out in front. Poulter makes a save on a point-blank deflection from Jardine with 12 minutes left in period two. Holmes pushes it to the near side. Carson Musser with half a second to get it to the neutral zone before he takes a hit from our Curry.
See a little extra juice out of Moose in this game after, specifically offensively, after getting that monkey off his back yesterday with his second goal of the season.
Well, you saw it with his goal celebration too. As there's now Holmes down on the ice after coming together with Brody Crane. Steelheads come back the other way. Bergslin to the near corner in Admiral territory. Pass out in front. Picked up by Crane off the far half wall. Good back check from Liam Malmquist. Earns possession for Holmes. Steered off the near side wall. Malmquist up the middle. Knocked away by Kieker Olsen for a moment. Back defensively helping Price. Pescucci lays that hit on the far side. Caleb Price looking for an outlet. Up the wall for Osmondson. Shot looking for a deflection. Goes off the paddle of Barczewski. Back out to the high slot. Kieker Olsen's shot gets blocked away. Osmondson trying to tie up his opposite number 25 of Malmquist. And Pearson can't get it through the forecheck of Kieker Olsen. Battling 1-on-2. Idaho outnumbers, and they come back on the transition 3-on-2. To the near side circle. Malmquist can't handle it. Florent's going to try to go for a skate. Kieker Olsen to the near side as Pescucci joins the play. Kieker Olsen looking near side. Stolen back up to the blue line. Magnuson trying to walk to the near circle. Sends one on goal. Blocked away. Rebound is there for Florent, and it's cleared to the corner by Idaho. They'll use the referee as a pick. And they'll come back the other way as Pearson lost the handle at the blue line courtesy of Will Magnuson.
Chasnochi not doing himself any favors with the Norfolk crowd, knocking down Brandon Osmondson there.
Likely the team favorite as the Chesapeake native probably took the biggest hit of the season so far, courtesy of the referee. You always feel like a man on an island. You're only one man. There's only three officials on the ice, but somehow, some way, every single game you find a way to be in the way just from the nature of being a part of the game and a part of the play. It just comes with the territory. 9.5 left in period two. We've passed the halfway point of the game.
Spoken like an official.
A lot of officials are told by their mentors, you shouldn't have been standing there.
Yeah.
Just no matter what happens, shouldn't have been standing there. Scope crowd starting to get fired up again. We're tied at 1 with 9:14 left in period two. Two-a-side battle near side corner in the Admirals defensive zone. David Drake, the biggest body on the ice right now, uses that size differential to earn possession for Jack O'Leary down the far side wall. He needs a line change as well as everybody for the Admirals, so it's a 5-player wholesale line change. Idaho dumps it in. They'll make a line change of their own as Poulter starts it for Musser. Dureau leaves it for Crane on the stretch pass. Crane toe drag, shot on goal. Good right pad save by Barczewski, who was ready for that quick release of Crane. They'll battle for possession again on the near side half wall. Papp is back defensively as Musser joined the battle. Dureau and Crane can't hold on to it. And goes for Dodero. That one deflected out of play. 8:23 left in period 2. Second media timeout coming up. Tied at 1 here on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network for Guns N' Hoses night between the Admirals and Idaho Steelheads.
WGNT 27 has moved up to Cox Channel 44, where you can catch news in the morning on your time.
Good morning. Thanks for starting your day with us.
Watch evening news at 7 that's worked around your schedule, and late news at 10 that's not too late, helping you get to bed on time.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh yeah, did I mention we broadcast Norfolk Admirals games? Score! WGNT 27, your home for local news and sports, now on Cox Channel 44.
Whether you're celebrating a win or bouncing back from a tough game, remember you can always win at Beam Light Sauna. Experience the benefits of infrared saunas and light therapy. Detoxify, recover, and recharge. Visit beamlightsauna.com to book your session today. 8:23 left in a tied second period. 1-1 is our score. An unassisted goal for Malmquist. His 19th goal of the season tied it up for Idaho on the strip and steal away from Jack O'Leary in the neutral zone. Brody Crane got the scoring started in period 1, his 4th straight game with a goal, and Jaden Dureau's 4-game point streak extended now to 5 after getting the primary assist. Idaho works it to the neutral zone. Backhanded from the red line by Ports to the far side. Pescucci is there. We'll just clear it to the neutral zone. Glove down by Idaho, and it's dumped in by Bergsland. Poulter out of his net, stops it, sends it up the near side. Caleb Price knocked down on his chest as he was bumped from behind, and Pescucci in a foot race to the far side, trying to hold on to it with 7.5 left in period 2, still tied at 1. Idaho trying to make some quick line changes. It is the period of the long change. So the Steelheads in the offensive zone right now, but the Admirals have possession. Idaho was closest to their bench. Now the Admirals are closer to their bench in the offensive zone as Papp's shot goes off the blocker hand of Barczewski. And back to the blue line, Magnuson far side. And the line change for Christoph Papp was imminent, so the pass for Magnuson doesn't find the mark. Idaho clears it out after earning possession. Steinmetz dumps it over the head of Magnuson. Holmes walks right out in front, nearly collided with Poulter. He collides with Engum on the far side. The Admirals get it to the blue line, but not out from the high slot. Now they'll work it around. Glove down in front, saved by Poulter, and Engum picks up the rebound. Out for James Hardy in the neutral zone. Hardy stops up, sends it back to the blue line. Musser gets to it, avoids a forearm shiver of Steinmetz. Picks it up in the corner, throws it out in front. No one is home for the Admirals. It's a 3-on-1 developing for Idaho. If they get legs, it's a 2-on-1 for sure. Steinmetz with the shot, saved by Poulter. Musser restarts up the far wall for Andre Sutter. Sutter takes a hit, trying to get it in the middle for McDougal, who joined the play. Idaho clears it to the middle.
Stop throwing those blind passes. One on the O'Leary cost us. That was about the third one this period that has led to transition for Idaho. Got to manage those pucks.
6 minutes left in period 2, tied at 1. Andre Sutter dumps it in. Osmundson's going to go for a forecheck. Barczewski plays it to the far corner, deflected out by Idaho. Almost too many men on the ice for the Admirals, as Price was on the ice and playing that puck. About 5.5 skaters on the ice, enough room to stay 5-on-5. Pearson in the middle, bumped down the far wall for Dodaro. Over the stick of Drake. And stolen away on the intercept by Osmondson. Price joins the play, sends a shot into the left-handed catching glove of Barczewski. That should take us to our third and final media timeout of period 2. Still tied at 1 with 5:22 left in period 2 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
Hi, Norfolk Admirals hockey fans. I'm Jan Jeffcoat from the National News Desk. Depend on our network of nearly 4,000 local journalists when news breaks across America. Locally covered, nationally connected, the National News Desk covers major breaking news across the nation, region by region, state by state, city by city. The National News Desk is America's News Now. Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on MyTVZ.
Bud's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric. The Home Comfort Hat Trick. For all of your home service needs, you've got a Bud for that.
When it comes to your home, trust matters, and Home Genius Exteriors has you covered. Our experts are ready to tackle any exterior project for your home. Home Genius Exteriors, a different experience.
5:22 left in period 2, tied at 1. Admirals got the scoring started in period 1. Idaho tied it up here in the second period. The Admirals got the 3-2 win on Wednesday. Idaho got the 4-3 overtime win last night on Country Night. Both games decided by just a single goal. Magnuson off the Admirals face-off win, gets it back, gives it to Engum on the far side, settles a bouncer, towards the front, backhander, where's the puck? It's loose behind the net, picked up by Idaho, stolen away by O'Leary, and looking for any option, it finds Reifenberger in the trapezoid. Magnuson holds the line for a moment, and here comes Idaho after stripping the puck away. 3-on-3, Magnuson steps up, forces Bergslund to dump it in. Knoll back defensively, helping the breakout effort for Braden Engum. Reifenberger opens up to collect that pass down the near side wall, drops it back. Engum takes a hit, getting it towards the front. O'Leary's spinorama shot deflected over the net. Engum forced to stay out on the ice again. Second period is the period of the long change, where your bench is farther away when you're in the defensive zone. So Engum has tired legs out there as O'Leary dumps it to the near side. Caleb Price getting there. He'll slow play down as both teams make partial line changes. Pap will come over the red line and dump it in. Now Engum will head to the bench, replaced by Pescucci. 4:13 left in period 2. Idaho gets it to the neutral zone off the backside of Kanade. Gets it back away from Caleb Price. He gets it back after Brody Crane earned possession on the back check. Price gets it to Duro, who can't pull the trigger. It was too far behind him. Mitch Wall can't get it out. Crane has it poked away, trying to stay on it. And comes out to Crane at the top of the near circle. Crane backhands near side. Pescucci dumps it into the corner, chases it himself, getting support from Christoph Papp. Papp stops up at the half wall, finds Crane at the blue line as Pescucci is still deep in on the forecheck. Sandwiched by a pair of white jerseys, Duro towards the front, bouncing puck to the blue line. Musser's shot just wide. Pescucci is back, so Crane is there on the forecheck. He'll pick it off the near half wall. Papp to the far side. Duro walks in. Backdoor for Crane. It was a good play, but just past the stick of Brody Crane and all the way down to Admiral territory.
Yeah, it was a good shot pass for a deflection there, and like you said, just missed.
3:07 left in period 2, tied at 1. Musser for Duro, too far away from him, and here comes Holmes transitionally over the blue line. Far circle shot, good rebound control from Isaac Poulter, making the save with the paddle, clearing it off the corner glass, and the rebound out to neutral ice. Arcuri gains speed through the neutral zone, walks to the high slot in the Admiral zone, dispossessed by a pair of blue jerseys, and McDougal starts it for Kieker Olsen. Kieker Olsen has it roll away from him, and it's stolen away by Arcuri. Florent forechecks. Dodero looks for an option, trying to get around Osmondson. Kicker Olsen had his stick knocked away by Holmes in the neutral zone, away from the play. 2:20 left in period 2. Steelheads patient, but they turn it over, and Kicker Olsen dumps it in and heads to the bench for a line change. Jardine up the far glass. Admirals in the middle of a line change again, close to too many men on the ice, as Drake comes over the blue line and dumps it in. Barcheski plays it. Jardine up the far wall. Steelheads get it to the neutral zone. Dodero up the near side for Malmquist, and it's dumped in. Engum gets to that rolling puck in the near corner. Stutter step around Malmquist. Pass up the far side, deflected by O'Leary at the blue line, so no icing with $1:43 left in period 2. Rimmed up the near side through Malmquist. Held by Nathan Knoll. He'll dump it to the corner for Osmondson. Tied up by a pair of Steelheads. Knoll dumps it to the corner for Florent. Far side blue line, Engum. Dumps it to the corner, Osmondson. O'Leary trying to get to the front. Osmondson using his body as a shield. Trying to hold possession at the blue line. Andre Sutter down low for O'Leary. From the trapezoid. Finds it out in front for Engum, and it gets deflected over the glass and out of play on a quick one-timer with 1:12 left in period 2.
Good stick right there by Aiton White. Caleb Pearson kind of saved a goal on that one. Good sustained pressure on that shift from the Admirals. Is Osmondson out there, O'Leary, and Nathan Knoll coming out for Kicker Olsen after a while and kept that sustained pressure up.
1:12 left in period 2. Far side circle face-off in offensive territory. Idaho wins it away from Sutter. Up the far wall it goes. Near wall, rather. Mason Nevers scored a pair of goals in that Wednesday game. 1 minute left in period 2. Still tied at 1. A one-time blast from Bergsland goes wide and all the way down. James Hardy trying to forecheck on Nevers. Reifenberger helps, makes it a 2-on-2 battle. Steelheads push it up the far wall. Sutter lays a hit, forcing the dump out. It will be a Sheraton Waterside icing called against Idaho with 38 seconds left in period number 2. We've dropped brand new Admirals merch, including t-shirts, hoodies, jerseys, and hats. Visit our merch stand outside Gate 14 during games, or visit our website to shop our online store today and get geared up for the season. And you can scan that QR code on your Flow Hockey screen right now. It's like Crane, Osmondson, and Duro with Musser and McDougall for the Ozone face-off. Steelheads hold possession. They'll send it off the near wall all the way down. It's a rolling puck that makes it to the goal line, but I guess they say it deflects for no icing with 25 on the clock in period 2. Musser from the near corner, taking all the space given to him to the neutral zone, sends it cross ice over the stick of Osmondson, and that one's an icing call. I thought Osmondson may have gotten a touch on it, but it's going to be a Sheraton Waterside icing called against the Admirals with now 14.8 left in period 2.
Yeah, I thought he tipped that too, but that's why we're up here.
So the faceoff will be on the near side circle, glove hand side of Isaac Poulter. Good faceoff win from Osmondson. Cross-checked in the back of the neck. And Jaden Duro with a good response. Just enough of a cross-check.
Fight someone for that. That's
Osmondson takes a cross-check on the back of the neck, and he's still down.
Throw him out of the game.
Osmondson was down on his knees after the face-off in a cross-check right to the spine.
Dirty play by Mitch Wall, plain and simple.
At minimum, it's a New Horizon Bank power play. It should be a 5 in game. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay. Watch this. Osmondson with the clean win. Falls down. We're fine here. We're fine here. And you see the windup, and it's just off the screen for the full extension, and Darcy Weir is out there. Osmondson is luckily going to skate off under his own power.
I actually saw that, was it a year ago against Ottawa, Dylan Larkin of the Red Wings. Exact same thing off a face-off, caused him to miss quite a bit of time.
8.4 seconds left on the clock. We'll see what goes up on the board.
Linesman Joe Johnson having a talk with Chaz Nochi. It almost looked from his hands that he was agreeing with what happened, kind of showing that downward cross-check motion. I don't see anyone telling Mr. Wall to leave, though, so this might, it's just 2 on the board. That might get looked at by the league right there. It should be.
Well, it will be.
Wall. 2 minutes for cross-checking.
2 minutes for cross-checking.
If I'm someone on that Admirals bench, 7 comes out of that penalty box, he's going to answer the bell.
Well, it's the first New Horizon Bank power play of the evening.
What do we say at the intermission? Someone's going to get hurt in this game if it's not under control, and that should not be a 2-minute penalty.
So enough time on this offensive zone face-off for one quick play. But the majority of this New Horizon Bank power play will take place in the third period. Pap wins the near side circle face-off. McDougal far side. Duro one-timer blocked away. Back to McDougal at the blue line. Lets one go. Another block shot. Back to the far corner.
Cross-check.
Duro taken down by Punnett. Nathan Knoll goes to get Isaac Poulter. Mitch Wall, somehow still in the game, will exit the beat box, penalty box, and head to the locker room with just a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. We're tied at 1 after 40 minutes of play. When we come back, it will be the Buds, Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Second intermission show, Idaho and Norfolk tied at 1 here on Guns and Hoses on the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network.
The catastrophic injury team at Cooper Hurley helps people injured in truck, motorcycle, and other serious crashes.
We take on big insurance companies and powerful corporations. If you've been seriously injured, call the experts.
Call Cooper Hurley.
Centera. We improve health every day. More simply, affordably, and personally. Why? It's what we were born to do. How? With high-quality health care and exceptional health plans. All for the patients, members, and communities we serve. Centera. Improving health every day.
Cars. Nico loves his. The only part Nico doesn't love about his car is paying his loan. So when he saw he could choose the ride rebate option with a Langley My Design checking account and get money back on every car payment, it was all gas and no brake to the Langley app. And because the My Design account lets him change his features when his needs change, it was perfect for this car guy and his new girl. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but after reviewing your case, your claim has been denied.
If you've been in an accident, don't get checked by greedy insurance companies. Call Huffman & Huffman, brothers-in-law, for a winning game plan.
Welcome back inside Scope Arena. It's a 1-1 tie after 40 minutes of play here on Guns and Hoses night. Norfolk got the scoring started in period 1. Idaho responds in period 2, but the Admirals will be on the power play when we come back for period number 3. And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth here for the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones, producer Benjamin Draper off to our right. Here after 40 minutes of play, we're tied at 1. Idaho with the only goal in that second period. The Admirals again doing a really good job, not backing down from the fight. An unfortunate cross-check to the back of the neck of Osmondson. There's really no other way to put it. Just a 2-minute minor penalty for Wall, and the Admirals will be on the New Horizon Bank power play when we come back to start period 3. We're tied at 1. The Admirals with a turnover in the neutral zone, and that's what the number 3 team in the ECHL can do, Brad, is take advantage of any opportunity given to them.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll see 25 come out of the
Yes.
locker room with the boys for the third period. That's first and foremost. Like I said, that was a nasty cross-check. How that's only 2 minutes. Beyond me, but I feel like I've said that a few times this weekend. So, but no, the Ads are playing good against fourth straight. You go back to the win in Greensboro, but this series in general, third game, the team's working, they're competing, they're battling. You talk about Wednesday's game where the Admirals, one of the better games, found a way to win. Had a great chance to win last night. Sucks they didn't, but it was a great game, and we have another great game in this series here tonight. And the suppression has been good from the Admirals, too. Just 12 shots on goal from a team that's second in the league in goals for per game and averages about just over 32 shots per game. So the Ads are doing a lot of things right. Let's see if the power play can kickstart this third period for them.
The Admirals heavily outshot the Steelheads in that first period, getting, I believe, 14 or 15 shots in that first period. Shots were tied at 7 in that second period. The Admirals just now getting their first power play opportunity. What did you like out of Norfolk's penalty kill to make them 1-for-1 on their only penalty kill of the night?
Yeah, they're doing a good job of containing this offense, keeping them the perimeter, pressuring when it's there, but laying back when they need to and not taking themselves out of position.
And it's a fortunate scenario here for the Admirals, too. A lot of times when you see these kind of split power play opportunities with a penalty called in the final minute of the period, but for the Admirals, only 8 seconds gone, so they're going to have a fresh sheet of ice. Assistant coach C.J. D'Alamonte, I'm sure, is going to have a nice center ice face-off play drawn up to get possession and gain entry into that offensive zone. That's the big key. Once you gain entry, then you can set up, but you can't do anything in the O zone if you can't gain entry through neutral ice.
Yeah, and I think that was a big thing we saw yesterday with Idaho on their penalty kill. Did a good job of suppressing the Admirals on entry if they didn't win the face-off. So getting the loose pucks and setting it up is going to be big for the Admirals here to start this period.
This is the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. We're tied up at 1 after 40 minutes of play. When we come back, we'll take a listen to some of the ECHL plays of the week from last week's action around the Premier AA Hockey League.
Where the pros train to get stronger, faster, and game ready. From the ice to your goals, everyone trains like an athlete at D1. D1 Training Virginia Beach, built for athlete. Open to everyone.
Make this fall unforgettable at Admiral Steak and Seafood. Enjoy Thursday Jazz Night, 50% off select appetizers during happy hour, and Sunday brunch. Make your reservations today.
Admiral fans, on the ice, every goal counts. At New Horizon Bank, yours does too.
Every vision starts with the first step. Ours started with New Horizon Bank. In law and business, choosing the right partner makes all the difference. And for me, that partner is New Horizon Bank.
From locker rooms to boardrooms, we fuel growth that performs. Local roots, bold horizons. Got a goal, a vision, a strategy? Let's build it together. New Horizon Bank, where community and ambition meet. Let's embark on the adventure.
The Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
Norfolk Admirals on WGNT 27.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear, we made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down, we go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena for more of the Buds Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric second intermission show. We're tied at 1 after 40 minutes of play. And it's time to take a listen back at the ECHL Plays of the Week from last week around the Premier AA Hockey League.
Madness in the ECHL means races are heating up across the league as the playoff push shifts into high gear. Welcome to this week's ECHL Plays of the Week. I am Andrew Smith, the voice of the Indy Fuel. We begin with the South Division leading Florida Everblades. They have reeled off 10 consecutive games without a regulation loss, propelling the team back into first place in the division. Veteran defenseman Jordan Sambrook has been a stalwart on the Everblades blue line with a +37 rating, second best in the ECHL. Sambrook netted 3 goals over the weekend, including this shorthanded tally Thursday against Orlando.
And has worked back up ice, the Everblades with a 3-on-1 break, shorthanded. Sambrook shooting, save made, rebound in front. Unger stops that, now a chance, another chance, score! Sambrook scores! He gets his second of the year, and the Everblades with back-to-back games scoring shorthanded goals, lead at 1-0.
That's Mike Kelly with the call on the Florida Everblades TV network. We remain in the Sunshine State where the Orlando Solar Bears turned back the clock to 2001 last Saturday night with a return to the IHL purple and teal colors for a throwback night, honoring the 2001 Turner Cup champions. It was Aaron Luchuk who beat the clock with this last-second power play goal in the first period against the Everblades.
Good draw win by Bardero, wrist shot, Brett save, rebound, Luchuk scores! At the horn! They'll review it. I think it's going to count.
After video review, the call on the ice is confirmed. Good goal.
Okay, it was a goal on the ice, and it's confirmed the goal. It goes in with 0.3 of a second left.
That was Joey Bettino with the call on the Orlando Solar Bears Hockey Network. Moving up the coast, South Carolina was looking to finish off a sweep of a 3-3 hosting Savannah on Sunday, and the Stingrays dominated as forwards Charlie Combs and Stan Cooley both recorded their first ECHL hat tricks.
Fires it out to the top with Fusco. The righty with it, down to the near circle, left it for Combs, a shot, he scores! It's a hat trick for Charlie Combs! He sniped Wipes it over the shoulder, short side. Giesbrecht plays it behind the net, taken away by Locust, spins it out in front. Cooley, a hat trick! The first hat trick of the professional career for Stan Cooley, and the second here today for South Carolina.
It was the first time since February 26th of last year that a team had 2 hat tricks in the same game as the Stingrays won 7-1. That was Brendan Riley with the call of the Stingrays Broadcast Network. The Norfolk Admirals claimed forward James Hardy off waivers at 3 p.m. on Friday afternoon ahead of their game against the Gargoyles in Greensboro Friday night. Hardy drove from Jacksonville, Florida to Greensboro to join the Admirals mid-game and appeared at the start of the second period. After only 20 minutes of game time, Hardy was given a chance in the Norfolk power play at the start of the third.
Looks to the near side circle for Crane. Rips one over the crossbar, and Hardy picks it off the boards on the far side. Hardy walks in. Shot, score! Fresh out of the car ride, James Hardy rips one 5-hole on Nikita Kwok, and it's his first goal as an Admiral to tie it up.
While Greensboro would go on to win the game, Hardy's determination and perseverance shown last Friday may well have found him a new home in Norfolk. That was Nick Gimbel on the Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. On Wednesday, the Adirondack Thunder scored late with the net empty to force overtime against Reading. And in overtime, Sean Olsen secured the comeback win for the Thunder's 10th win in a row.
And Olsen will just bring it out of the zone. 3:04 to go in OT. Sean Olsen is going to wait as some personnel changes underway. Here comes the Thunder. Carabas leaves it. Olsen scores! Jeremy Brodeur, the hero in overtime, and Sean Olsen wins it, and it's 10 in a row for the Adirondack Thunder.
That was Rob Lapolis on Hits 95.9 and the Thunder Broadcast Network. The Maine Mariners made their long-awaited return to Portland on Sunday afternoon, taking on the Trois-Rivières Lions in their first home game in almost a month. Having won 7 in a row to close the trip, Maine had tied its franchise-long win streak. They were looking to break into the record books upon the return home. Despite giving up the first 2 goals of the game, Maine struck twice with 2 goals 34 seconds apart in the second period, tying the game through 40 minutes. It looked like overtime was on the menu, but Mariners forward Linus Hemstrom had other ideas.
Felix gets it ahead, followed by Lampa. Lampa behind to Hemstrom. Hemstrom in front, score! Linus Hemstrom threw the puck into the slot. It deflected in, and with 49 seconds to go, the Mariners lead 3-2.
That was Michael Keeley with the call on the Maine Mariners Broadcast Network. Maine goes for 9 in a row on Friday in Trois-Rivières before finishing with 14 of their final 20 on home ice. It was a whirlwind weekend in the North Division as Worcester, Trois-Rivières, Adirondack, and Maine all played each other across a 3-day span. The Worcester Railers opened Friday in Canada, where Drew Callan got creative on a pass from Cole Donhauser in the second period to give Worcester the eventual game-winning goal over the Lions.
It is a 1-1 game. Worcester peels it off the boards, and it is again Donhauser and Callan in a 2-on-1. Donhauser into the skates of Callan, and he scores! Drew Callan, my word! Just like he drew it up, it's a 2-1 hockey game. 8 minutes to go in the second period. He kicked it to his forehand, pulled it to his backhand, and absolutely undressed Gaudreau as he gives Worcester the lead once more.
Callan has 7 goals and 3 game winners in the last 6 games for Worcester. That was Tim Foley on the call for 98.9 Nash Icon, the Worcester Railers radio network. Last Saturday, the Tahoe Night Monsters headed to Utah to take on the Grizzlies for the final time in franchise history. After Tahoe got out to a 2-0 lead in the second period in the final game of the series, rookie forward Connor Merritt found the back of the net in the final 90 seconds of the frame to put Tahoe up a trio of goals.
Adam getting towards the middle of the slot, drops for Merritt, a shot, he scores! They add to the lead at the end of the second, and it's Connor Merritt who makes it 3-0 Tahoe.
Merritt now has 5 goals this season after finishing his collegiate career at Alaska Anchorage. Tahoe won the game 4-1 and won 6 out of the 9 matchups this season against Utah. That was Brendan Paul on the call for the Night Monsters Broadcast Network. We finish in Indy, where the Fuel won the first 2 games of a 6-game homestand last week and did so with a big start at each game. Friday night against Iowa, defenseman Matt Petgrave started his second straight 3-point game with this keep and feed in front.
Fuel hold it in. Green of Petgrave sidesteps a check right down to the slot, feeds it in front, they score! The Fuel's forecheck keeps turning pucks over. Matt Petgrave made that happen as he kept it in, went around to check and fed Cody Laskowski in front to put it home. The Fuel lead it 1-0.
Cody Laskowski's goal was his first since New Year's Eve and propelled the Fuel to a 5-2 victory. That was yours truly, Andrew Smith, on the Indy Fuel Broadcast Network. Thank you for joining us on this week's ECHL Plays of the Week. I am Andrew Smith, the voice of the Indy Fuel, wishing you a great week.
We welcome you back inside Scope Arena, ready to start the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. The Admirals will be on a New Horizon Bank power play to start, as the cross-checking penalty at the end of period 2 by Mitch Wall on Brandon Osmondson gives the Admirals their first power play of the game. We're tied at 1 after 40 minutes of play. Nick Gimbel here alongside Brad Jones and producer Benjamin Draper off to our right here in the Centera Norfolk Admirals Broadcast Network. And Brad, we saw Brandon Osmondson back out onto the ice. Glad to see 25 in blue back out.
Yeah, that was step 1, hoping that he was going to be okay to return to this game. Now step 2, let's go put one in the net. Stick it in and twist it.
Shots 23-12 as we start this Michelob Ultra Zero third period. 1 minute and 52 seconds, almost a full power play as we start this Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Idaho's going to win the face-off. Punnett will move it to the far side for Boltman, and he'll send it the length of the ice. Isaac Poulter finds Josh McDougall. McDougall drops it for Brady Florent, and to the left side it goes for Christoph Papp over the blue line. Papp will dump it to the corner. Jaden Dureau rims it around the near side. Keeker Olsen getting some power play time. And it's cleared the length of the ice by Idaho. 1:20 left in the New Horizon Bank power play, their first of the night. McDougall for Brady Florent. Left wing Christoph Papp. Florent drops it. Dureau lost the handle. Steelheads clear. Isaac Poulter leaves it in the trapezoid for Caleb Price. Avoids the brunt of a collision. Brody Crane looks through the neutral zone. Right wing, Reifenberger takes a hit, rimming it around the boards to the near corner. Good intercept by Brody Crane behind the net. Sends it to the blue line. Price lets one go. Score! The first professional goal for Caleb Price is a go-ahead goal on the power play with 18:46 left in period 3.
Make them pay. What a feeling right there for Caleb Price. His first professional goal. Brody Crane works it up high to Price. Good screen in front, creating those double layers, and he just beats Barcheski straight up to give the Admirals the 2-1 lead.
Well, we've talked about it so much. Price has looked so good since signing out of Mercyhurst University.
First professional goal, number 19, Caleb Price. Assist for number 6, Brody Crane. And number 16, Marco Reifenberger. At 1:14 of the third period. Price from Crane and Reifenberger at 1:14 of the third period.
2-1 lead for the Admirals at the start of the Michelob Ultra Zero third period. Malmquist finds Pelton Beist on the near side. Lit up by Pescucci, and he's going to be challenged. He'll drop the gloves with Holmes. play continuing, trying to anyways. Pescucci gets the takedown, gets back up, throwing punches, blindfolded by his own jersey. Holmes starting to go back at him. What a couple of first games for Jack Pescucci.
Give that man his SPC, Nick. He's earned it. Love it. Love it from the rookie. What did I say? Idaho doesn't like to get hit. The big hit, they want to fight you every time. Look at this hit from Pescucci right here. What a close.
Boom!
That's hockey, baby. That's hockey. What a great hit. What a great defensive play by Pescucci.
$17:47 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period.
Where's the instigator?
I was
Idaho?
just about to say, there's a discussion. Are we going to have another power play because Holmes came right over a perfectly clean hit? That's what Carson Musser's coming over and asking about.
We all know that's not going to happen. I'll leave it at that. I give zero benefit of the doubt on the calls of the officials based on this weekend's evidence, which has been crystal clear.
Faceoff is going to be in the Idaho defensive zone, but I don't believe that the referees are going to pull anyone from the Idaho bench to serve an instigator penalty. Presumably 5-on-5.
There's 5 Steelheads, 3 complaining to the referee and 2 to the linesman where the faceoff goes.
Well, we talked about it yesterday. Jack Pescucci, the second Pescucci to wear an Admirals uniform, following in the footsteps of his father, Ron Pescucci. Well, now the faceoff's coming out to center. Why?
Complain enough, I guess it works.
17:47 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Faceoff in the neutral zone for an unknown reason. Admirals do win the faceoff. McDougal finds Musser on the far side.
Steelheads, number 32, Robbie Holmes. For the Admirals, number 28, Jack Pescucci. 5 minutes each for fighting at 2:13 of the third period. Steelheads, Holmes. Admirals, Pescucci. 5 minutes each for fighting at 2:13 of the third period.
Idaho comes back to Admiral territory. Good stand-up from Kieker Olsen. He'll move it along for James Hardy. His shot goes right into the Steelhead logo of Jake Barcheski for a stoppage with 17:15 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Tonight's Guns and Hoses night. We'll take a look at some of our upcoming promo nights with just only a few more home games remaining in the season. Admirals Con against Greensboro, Beach Bums night against Adirondack, and our final home game of the season, Fan Appreciation night against the Adirondack Thunder. Face-off back in Idaho territory, near side circle. Knoll, Reifenberger, and O'Leary. One to Engum at the blue line. O'Leary being pushed into the net by the Steelhead defender, Charlie Dodero. Would have been interesting to see the call on the ice if that puck had gone in, but we continue on as O'Leary walks to the near circle. What a move, and he shoots it just wide.
He's hipping and hopping all over the place right there.
O'Leary gets it back, avoids the brunt of a collision, and it comes back through the neutral zone past Braden Engum, and it will be a Sheraton Waterside icing with 16:44 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period.
See if they got the number 1. Hope Oz is okay. Number 2, score on the power play. Check on both boxes there for the Admirals. I got to keep going here and got to stick the knife in and twist it, Nick. Finish this thing off.
So we saw Osmondson come back on the ice. I haven't seen him on the ice yet after coming out of the locker room. He's sitting on the end of the bench right in front of Darcy Weart. So I don't think, I'm going to hope that Darcy Weart is doing his job as the athletic trainer, just keeping Osmondson out precautionary and that there's not significant damage. He's out on the ice, he's out on the bench in gear. It can't be
bad. They would have changed out of his gear.
But
sure.
I have not seen him touch the ice for a shift since coming out. We'll keep an eye on that. 5-on-5 play. Drake pinches in. Jardine holds possession for Idaho, back in the defensive end for Dodaro. Dodaro hit by Papp, who finishes his collision in the neutral zone, and Jardine dumps it into the far corner. Body by Drake, Papp supports, to a side battle. Caleb Price will jump up towards the play, getting his first professional goal out of Mercyhurst University in this, just his 5th ECHL game. And it's dumped out of play with 15:48 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Well, we talked about our upcoming promo nights. March 20th is going to be a Friday night game here at Scope for Ads trading cards. And then at Comic-Con night, March 21st against Greensboro, an Ads comic poster giveaway will go along with AdsCon. .45 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Musser trying to backhand it out. It's held in for a moment. Good hit by Knoll, earns possession for Reifenberger, who clears it out. No high stick from Bergsland as Reifenberger collides with Jeff Baum, who dumped it in. Poulter plays it from the trapezoid for McDougal. Backhand sauce off the near side boards for O'Leary, who has to come back to it in the neutral zone. O'Leary with a chance to clear. He finds Nathan Knoll to do so. Knoll will dump it in. Goes in on the forecheck. Earns possession for just a moment, getting support, but it's cleared out by Idaho. And they'll skate down that right wing wall.
Ozzy's standing on the bench, Nick. I'm wondering if
He's
there he
climbing.
goes. Yep.
Brandon Osmondson on the ice. What a sight to
He's
see.
gonna go
He'll
score.
get the puck. Osmondson, far circle, shot off the shoulder of Barczewski. What a Paul Correa moment. That would have been off the floor and on the board. Doing my best Gary Thorne impersonation if that would have gone in, with 14:45 now left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Kieker Olsen finds Braden Engum down the near wall. He'll gain center ice red, dumps it to a soft area in the Idaho zone. Osmondson and Florent forecheck, but it comes up the near side wall for Arcuri. He scored the overtime game winner last night for Idaho. This one pounces in the low slot as Barczewski couldn't handle a soft roller from Kieker Olsen. Idaho transitions, 14:20 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Engum with a collision, and Florent clears it down short of an icing call. Jardine for Dodaro. Malmquist leaves it for Pelton Bice. Rolls towards the front, cleared away by David Drake. 2-1 lead for the Admirals. 13:56 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Pearson away from Andre Sutter and around James Hardy. Dodaro walks to the high slot. The right-handed shot has to slow up at the blue line to send one on goal. Paddled away by Poulter. Pelton Bice dumps it in through Malmquist. Pearson chases Andre Sutter to the far side boards. Big collision on the far side. Good to see everybody get up as an Idaho player, Pearson, lost an edge. Careened into the boards. Picked up by O'Leary on the near side. He'll take space through his defensive end to the left wing for James Hardy. Hardy over the blue line, sends a shot on goal pad, save the rebound just far away from O'Leary, enough for Pelton Bice to move it down the right wing for Malmquist onside as Pearson cuts to the net, but the shot goes deflected over the glass and out of play. 13:07 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. We'll step aside for the first time in this third period as the Admirals, thanks to Caleb Price getting his first professional goal, has a 2-1 lead on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network. 13:07 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period, 2-1, Admirals lead. Well, we have one more Sunday home game left. It'll be our Sunday Family Fun Day. A 3:05 p.m. puck drop. Buy one adult ticket and get up to 3 kids tickets for $20 each and a free Salty's Kids Zone wristband, popcorn, and Dippin' Dots. You can scan the QR code on your Flow Hockey screen or head on over to the Admirals website to take advantage of that Sunday Family Fun Day offer. The last one will be in 2 weeks as we host the Greensboro Gargoyles. 2-1 lead for the Admirals, 13:07 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Admirals will have a defensive zone face-off on the glove-hand side of Poulter. Keeker Olsen can't win the face-off. Steelheads hold the line. Baum shot deflected over the net. Holmes and Pascucci still in the beatbox penalty boxes for their fight. Mitch Wall out of the beatbox penalty box following the power play goal by Caleb Price. Osmondson has it too far away from him. Dumped at the red line, handled by Kanade, rimmed around the boards to the near side. McDougall ties his man up on the glass. 12.5 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Osmondson chips it down to Idaho territory. Bergsland takes refuge behind his net as Osmondson goes for a line change. Bergsland straight through center, delayed offside is called. With 12:19 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Face off back down to Idaho territory, I believe, because that's where the pass originated from.
That's where they're pointing to.
Pascucci and Holmes waiting to exit the beatbox penalty boxes. Face-off will be just outside of Idaho territory. Taking a look at some of the bigger collisions in this game. Keeker Olsen laying the body as Connor Punnett tried to stand him up in the neutral zone. These Canisius College additions have been quite a positive boost for this Admirals team, Keeker Olsen and Pascucci.
Yeah, they both have come in and played well, made themselves known, no doubt. Pascucci the big fight. Keeker Olsen stepping into the big shoes of Grant Hubert to center this first line here this weekend.
8 minutes gone in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Barcheski plays it from the trapezoid. Punnett can't get it out. Crane dumps it to the corner. Pap takes a collision, giving possession to Crane. Fluttering puck along the near side dasher boards, picked up by Pap. Tries to throw it out in front, good defensive stick, but it goes back to Pap on the far corner. Backhands to the blue line. Magnuson dumps it down the far corner boards, good stick lift by Christoph Pap. Trying to chase it in the trapezoid, knocked away from him. And Boltman rims it off the far glass. Magnuson holds, sends it right back where it came from. Brody Crane gets it back in the near side corner, throws it out in front. Jaden Dureau couldn't get a stick on it to throw it on goal, and Boltman picks it up behind the net for Punnett.
Like we saw on that offsides, Admirals really got to be mindful of, we talked about in the second period, Idaho trying to stretch the zone, looking for those breakaways.
Can't get caught in the defensive zone, watching as Poulter makes a good blocker save and they clear the rebound. Got to keep to that defensive structure, can't lose sight of an extra Steelhead player coming into the slot. Don't give up that extra opportunity on Poulter as O'Leary knocks it out of the air. Here comes Turbo right in off the right pad of Barcheski.
Man, if he's able to backhand that one up high, Admiral's got a lower one there.
Nathan Knoll took Pearson down, and the entire Steelhead bench wants a call. The Admirals in the middle of a line change as Idaho holds possession in their defensive end.
Remember those two fought in last night's game.
Pearson slams the door on the Steelhead bench with 10:23 remaining in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Players falling in the near corner. Musser gets back and it's cleared to the neutral zone. 2-1 lead for the Admirals about halfway through the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Dumped in at the red line on a deflection too, so there's no icing. Musser strategically lets it go through him for Brady Florent to find Osmondson in the neutral zone. He'll send it through the legs of Keeker Olsen, who dumps it off the end wall and paddled away behind the net by Barcheski. Osmondson trying to get there. Steelheads hold on to it for a moment. They clear it to neutral ice. McDougal takes over for Carson Musser. Soft back to McDougal, a dangerous back pass that works out for Brady Florent up the near side wall. He'll make the smart play to dump it in. Now it's time to chase it down as Pap is fresh off the bench. Skates out from behind the net. Florent lost his stick, poking at that one in the high slot. Out come the Steelheads down the near side wall. Good stand up. As now a punch is thrown on Pescucci by Miller. Pescucci, public enemy number 1 for Idaho right now. Pescucci gets it near side. Dureau backhand to forehand. Save made by Barcheski and back to the blue line. Over the stick of Andre Sutter, trying to golf it down the near side wall. Picked up by Holmes. A back check of Christoph Pap can't earn possession. Dureau goes for a forecheck skate. Out into the middle for Holmes. 3-on-2 for Idaho. Dropped far side blue line. Back to the corner through the skates of Holmes. Engum ties him up with 8:48 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Idaho comes away with possession. Good defensive stick from Jaden Dureau as Pescucci tries to escape to the bench. Takes a slash on the top of the skates, getting there, courtesy of Jordan Steinmetz.
You've said good stick by Dureau a handful of times tonight. He's had one of his best defensive efforts, I think, of the season in this game tonight. His line, like we said a few times as well, has been really good for Norfolk.
Well, not only this game, but this series. Dureau had a great effort last night. Cleared all the way down. There's O'Leary to negate the icing call. Dureau was an assist shy of a Gordie Howe hat trick, getting the fight and the game-tying goal inside of 5 minutes left in that third period. As now Arcuri comes in. Good stick by McDougal with the reach. The Admirals skate it to the neutral zone. Dumped in at the red line by Reifenberger.
The play not to try to force it east-west. Get the red line, get it deep, get the fresh set of legs out there.
Jardine to the far side. Dodero dumps it at the red line, cross corner to the near side. 7:42 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Stolen off the far wall by Nevers. And this one goes out of play with 7:35 left in regulation. That'll take us to our second media timeout. Caleb Price with his first professional goal has the Admirals up by a score of 2-1. Just about 7.5 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
When you need medical care, ask Centera Medical Group first. From minor illnesses to more complex cases, our comprehensive care teams are available 24/7 to deliver the quality, personalized care you need when you need it most. Schedule your appointment today.
Brennan's catchphrase? Never settle. So when it came time to pick a feature for his Langley My Design checking account, like fewer overdraft fees, a car loan rebate, or an exclusive high-yield savings account, Brennan didn't settle for just one. He went with the all-in bundle. Every feature for one low monthly price. Now Brennan's checking account is just how he likes it, and that's everything. Open your My Design checking account online or at any Langley branch today.
Caleb Price has given the Admirals a 2-1 lead, a power play goal. The only power play of the game given to the Admirals to this point. They're 1 for 1. Brody Crane, a multi-point night after getting goals in 4 straight games. And Marco Reifenberger. 3 altercations in this series, not a single one of them labeled a fight. He gets the secondary assist on Caleb Price's first professional goal. To get that puck for Marco Reifenberger, too, after that quote-unquote altercation. 3 games, 3 double minors for roughing. Not a fight on the tally.
Punches thrown at everyone, too.
7.5 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Idaho wins possession in the offensive zone. Jardine to the far side. Malmquist shot blocked by Magnuson, who got in the shooting lane. Puck out of play. We'll do it again with 7:25 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period.
7:25, like you said, Nick. Defensive details. The Admirals were great at it last night, and they've been great at it here tonight. And you got to stay on top of those details. And then the puck management, got to be hard on pucks. It's got to be out. 2-foot rule. Get it out. Get it deep. Don't turn it over inside your own blue line. Don't turn it over at the offensive blue line.
Face-off again on the far circle. Reifenberger's going to hop in for the face-off. It's his strong side. He'll try to send it to the far corner. No one is over there for the Admirals, though, so it will be a foot race for Magnuson to try to get there from the slot if he wins it. False start off the draw. We'll do it all over again. We'll see if anything changes. Broken stick off the faceoff. I thought it may have been an optical illusion for me all the way up here. Or one way or another, the Admirals get the puck out to the neutral zone, and it's backhanded in by David Drake. Reinserted into the lineup tonight, goes for a skate. Pelton Bice trying to get that cherry pick.
That's a stretch we're talking about right there.
Can't earn possession in the Admirals' defensive zone. Will Magnuson harassed by a trio of white jerseys. It's thrown out in front, and there's Nathan Knoll to skate it out of danger. Down the far wall, he'll backhand it at the red line.
Gotta be strong on pucks, gotta be sure.
Good step up from Pascucci. Doesn't hold possession, though. 2-on-2 for Idaho back the other way. Braden Engum, good cover.
Cover by O'Leary,
yes.
And Engum closing off there, laying the body.
To the blue line. Silinoff, near half wall. Dumped around the wall by Baum, and
Engum's gonna go, Nick.
Braden Engum caught in front. We'll see what the official call is. Is it another high stick?
I'm gonna say interference or high stick. He cleaned out. I think that's Fearson. Fearson was trying to get in front of the net. Engum has a right to his territory in front, but I think the stick got up a little bit high.
It'll be Engum's second high sticking minor if that's true. Is it 2 or 4 minutes?
I couldn't tell the number of fingers held up right there.
2 minutes is up on the board. So it'll be a Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Engum heads to the beat box penalty box for his second high sticking minor penalty of the game.
This is
big
where
moment.
You need your goaltender to be your best player.
Best penalty killer, best player. Isaac Poulter, is he up for the task? 6:28 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. 2-1 lead for the Admirals. Idaho wins possession. They'll throw it out in front. The shot goes wide. Picked up by McDougal in the far corner. Migrates to the near side. Harassed from behind. O'Leary. Good puck movement from the Admirals. They can't clear it out. Osmondson dives to clear it to neutral ice.
Good second effort by Ozzy.
Rimmed around the boards. Far side to near. Poulter comes out of his net. Can't stop it as it was rimmed off the glass. Too hard by the Steelheads, and it's cleared all the way down to their own defensive end.
That hard rim is actually McDougal got his stick on it and got the puck to jump up and out of his zone.
5:48 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period. Idaho working it from the far corner back up to the near half wall for Holmes. From the circle to the corner, back to the blue line. Baum, far side, shot blocked away. Knoll, backhand clearance is successful. Mitch Wall with that shot blocked away. Osmondson toe picks at the blue line. Gets back on his feet and supplies light forecheck pressure on the penalty kill with O'Leary. 53 seconds left in the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Idaho walking right in. Poulter makes the save.
A big save by Poulter there. That was a good power move right there from Pearson. Caleb Pearson got the step on the Admiral defender. Did a nice job to move his feet. Much like you see Chase Yoder do a lot for the Admirals this year. Kept his feet moving, got the edge on the defender, drove the net, and forced Poulter to make a nice stop.
And the big part of that one too, Brad, no rebound given up from Poltz on that breakaway opportunity. 5:13 left in the Michelob Ultra 0 third period, 46 seconds left on the Centera Therapy Center penalty kill. Idaho again wins the faceoff in the Admirals zone. Bergslin to the corner. All the way to the far blue line. Shot from Arcuri goes wide. Rebound goes high into the glass behind the net. Knoll can't clear it out. Poulter may have thought that went out of play. That shot caught him off guard. Luckily it goes wide. We have reached the final five presented by Centera. As of now, Poulter makes another save on the near side circle shot. Bergslin walks to the top of the zone. Arcuri holds it far circle. Back to Bergslin, near side blue line. Straight away, Pelton Bice, far side. He'll get it back. Pelton Bice near side, Bergsland in the circle, walks to the corner. 5 seconds left in the kill. Far side shot from Mark Curry, deflected over the glass and out of play. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. The time's off the clock.
What do we say at the start of that, Nick? Our goalie's got to be the best player on the ice, especially in these late situations. You know, Idaho's going to play with a ton of desperation right here, and some big saves from Isaac Poulter.
4:28 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. No, the protesting from the Idaho bench is going to put Engum back in the box for 2 seconds. I watched the clock. It stopped when the whistle blew. Engum was out of the box. Now there's 3 seconds added. So Engum is still in the beat box, penalty box. We don't go to our media timeout. The Admirals are still on the kill. Far side circle face-off. Engum up and ready to get out of the beat box, penalty box. Admirals win the defensive zone face-off, and it's cleared out by Florent. Now we're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. 4:20 left in regulation.
Almost in another body out there. Here it comes.
And now we'll head to our third and final media timeout as that is deflected out of play. 4:14 left in regulation. Admirals lead 2-1 on the Centera Norfolk Admirals broadcast network.
We're 20, and yeah, we're celebrating big. Because in 20 years, we didn't just make the gear. We made hockey cooler. They said we were too loud, too flashy, too different. They told us to tone it down. The Warriors don't tone it down. We go full throttle. And this is just the start. 20 years in and we're just getting warmed up. We're still the brand that makes the gear you can win in, chirping, partying. And if you thought we were bold before, just wait. The next 20 years start now.
We are the spirit of a nation, not in name, but in action. In the lives we lead, in the values we carry forward, that spirit lives on in us. We don't preserve history to look back. We preserve it to move forward, because Williamsburg doesn't stand still. It stands tall. This is Williamsburg, where America's journey begins. Start planning yours today.
.414 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Admirals trying to hold on to a 2-1 lead. We're back to 5-on-5, full and even strength. Near side circle face-off. Blocker hand side of Poulter. Admirals win possession. Musser can't clear. Steelheads far circle shot off the forehead of Poulter. Over the glass and out of play.
Moose knows that he was going to want that one back. Gotta be strong on that puck. Make sure it gets up and out.
4:07 left in this Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Giving Poulter an extra second to make sure his mask is secured properly. Christoph Papp trying to direct motion. Centerman in for this defensive zone face-off on the far side. Steelheads win it. Shot blocked away. Stays in play behind the net, though. We continue on. 4 minutes left in regulation. Punnett holds the line, says the linesman. Back out to the slot, handled by Papp. He'll skate it out to center.
The linesman was nowhere near in position to make that call.
Well, the Admirals bench let Joseph Johnson know exactly that. 3:43 left in the Michelob Ultra, 0 third period. Punnett rims it around the boards behind. Poulter stops it. Rimmed up the far side boards. Osmondson can't hold it. Jardine off the far side glass, rimmed on the dasher, and finds its way to the near side corner. Inside of 3.5 to go. Jardine holds the line, far side. Dodero shot, blocked in front. Through the slot to the near side circle it goes. Brody Crane in on the battle. Holmes back to the top of the near circle. Blue line Jardine rims it around behind to the far corner.
We'll have to keep our eye on Barczewski, too.
I was just about to say Barczewski's looking to the Idaho bench for direction. Looks like that's a net guard laying at the Idaho blue line that's in play. Holmes has it stolen away by Engum. Kieker Olsen makes a good play to get out to Osmondson. Knocked down on the play. No interference call, but the icing's negated. Knocked out of the air by Brady Florent, gets it to Kieker Olsen. His shot fought off to the far side by Barczewski. And back behind there's Osmondson, pinned to the wall. 2:37 left in regulation.
Keep those pucks low. Don't blind throw them low to high. I'd rather pin it meet time.
Florent trying to find Engum, intercepted by Idaho, thrown off the glass and out. Steelheads need a line change in a bad way. Engum finds Florent coming down the near side wall into offensive territory. Brady Florent tied up by Jardine. Florent takes a tumble in the far corner. Nathan Knoll gets to it, rims it back to the near corner. Intercepted by Bergslin. He gets around Marco Reifenberger. Excuse me, that's Kieker Olsen. Nope, that is Reifenberger, a 16.
We just got
Are we going to call Reifenberger on hooking for that with 2 minutes left in regulation? Delayed penalty against the Admirals as the puck goes out to the neutral zone.
He's choked on his whistle all night. Now he's going to call. Unbelievable.
1:50 left in regulation. Reifenberger for hooking.
Reifenberger has words for him, and rightfully so.
So Barczewski is on the Idaho bench. We'll see if they use their timeout.
Yep, there it is. It's going to be a 6-on-4 situation here. Face-off, obviously, is where it all starts from. We've talked about this scenario already twice this week with these 1-goal leads late, and got to make sure you're containing. Don't get caught running around. Your communication's got to be strong, and your goaltender's got to be your best penalty card.
One minute and 50 seconds left on the clock. It will be 6-on-4. Jake Barczewski, the Idaho goaltender, will be on the Steelhead bench as we resume play in the Admirals' defensive zone. 2 hour left. Isaac Coulter takes his place in the crease. It will be a penalty, a Centera Therapy Center penalty kill for the remainder of this game. Nathan Knoll, Jack O'Leary, and the captains, Carson Musser and Josh McDougall. Massive 2 points up for grabs. Near side circle face-off, and Norfolk will take their timeout.
Much like you see in football when there's a timeout, you want to see how they line up. Then use your timeout. Let's see if Idaho goes with the same set or they try something different. Osmondson over the wall, so maybe a personnel change here as well. Coach Carl wanting to see who Idaho is going to throw out there and maybe counter with some different personnel, or we'll see if he goes with the same groupings.
Admirals Con is March 21st. Join us as we blend the excitement of professional hockey with the world of comic books and pop culture for one unforgettable night. Fans in attendance will receive a special comic poster giveaway, and the energy will be high as the Admirals take on their new North Division rivals, the Greensboro Gargoyles. Visit our website to get tickets now. Idaho will continue to elect for the faceoff to be on the near side circle. Empty net for the Steelheads as Norfolk holds on to a 2-1 lead. Osmondson comes over the bench, out there with Nathan Knoll, so the only personnel change will be Osmondson on, O'Leary off. Musser and McDougall stay on. 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock, 2-1 lead for the Admirals. Empty net for Idaho, 6-on-4 on the ice. The Steelheads win it. They'll move it through Pelton Bice, back up to the near side half wall. Back up to the blue line, handled, stolen away! Osmondson, a breakaway, an empty net, bullseye!
That's poetic right there, Nick. Ozzy takes the cross check to the back of the neck, and he puts the dagger. It's like pulling up a fish on the deck of the boat and whacking him over the head, finishing him off.
What a defensive stick. And he uses his speed, gets it all the way down, fires it right into the open net. A shorthanded goal. a shorty in back-to-back games for the Admirals. And it's a 3-1 lead with 95 seconds on the clock. We will add there is still penalty kill time to deal with. Barczewski will go to the bench. It's 6-on-4 again. The Admirals still got to kill off the remaining minute and 25 seconds of the game, leading by 2 now. From the blue line to the far side circle. Shot, save, Poulter. Rebound cleared to the near side for our Curry. 1:15 left in regulation. High slot, backdoor feed, save, Poulter. Rebound.
That's right, baby. Clear the house, Pascucci. I love it. We talked about that a month or so ago, Nick, where every time the Admirals got near a net, they paid the price, had to be strong in front. I love the clear out there by Pascucci. And boy, is he introducing himself to Admirals fans here, quickly becoming a fan favorite, much like his father.
1:09 left in regulation. We'll take a step back in time on the Visit Williamsburg replay to see this Isaac Poulter save on a deflection. Battles to cover it up in a snow angel position. Still 1:09 left. Admirals lead 3-1. Face off in the D zone, picked up by Idaho. Bergsland at the blue line. Pelton Bice near side boards. Back up to Bergsland. He'll let one go. Save Poulter. Rebound cleared out to the corner by McDougal. 1 minute left in regulation. Admirals lead 3-1. Shot blocked away. McDougal on the penalty kill. Backhands it down the ice. There's no icing. We're on the kill. 45 on the clock. 40 seconds and counting. Through the neutral zone comes Bergsland. To the high slot, Pelton Bice. Defensive stick from McDougal. Duro can't clear. McDougal down the ice. Wide of the net, but again a penalty kill, no icing. 22 on the clock. Malmquist through the neutral zone. Off the skates of our Curry. Florent. It is offside. Brad Jones, you are correct. 14.3 on the clock. The Admirals are 14 seconds away from taking 5 of 6 points away from the number 3 team in the league, trying to get back in the North Division playoff race. Empty net still for Idaho. Both teams have taken their time out. Osmundson with the insurance tally, and the goaltender will go back in. Barczewski to the net.
Too many Steelheads down on the ice. They're going to have to pull one off. Nevers will go to the bench.
Face off just outside of Admiral territory. Crane wins it. They'll clear it into the Steelhead bench. Braden Engum apologizes, but he does dump it from the Admiral zone. So with 11 seconds left in regulation, it'll be a D-zone face-off. Final 11 seconds, Admirals lead 3-1. From the far side circle, blocker, hand side of Poulter. Crane wins it, comes to the high slot though, near side. Dodero shot, looking for a deflection that never came. Crane gets to it, sends it the length of the ice, sound the horn! The Admirals take 5 of 6 points in this 3-game set against the top team in the Western Conference, against the number 3 team in the ECHL. Every single point matters to get back in the playoff race. A sellout on Guns N' Hoses night is a successful 3-1 victory over the Steelheads, and the Admirals salute the crowd. We'll send it down to ice level for public address announcer Brian Gimble to tell us tonight's 3 stars of the night, and we'll get you set for the upcoming road games in Worcester and Portland.
And now the 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Great Bridge Dental. Tonight's 3rd star of the game, from your Norfolk Admirals with 20 saves, number 30, Isaac Poulter. Tonight's 2nd star of the game, from your Norfolk Admirals with his first professional goal, which was the game-winning goal, number 19, Caleb Price. And tonight's number 1. In-arena host Marco Mars is joined by tonight's number 1 star.
All right, Admirals fans, let's hear it one more time for tonight's number 1 star forward, Brody Crane. This was a big win tonight in front of a sold-out crowd. How'd you guys get it done?
I don't know, to be honest. Just a great group of guys in there. Yeah, that's about it. Hard work and a great weekend for the boys.
You had a multi-point game tonight, scored the first one for us. What was working well for you on the ice?
I think just the line we've got going right now has been working really well. Lots of chemistry between Pap and Duro there, so having fun and scoring goals.
And after a long week of hard games, we had a sellout here at Scope tonight. Could you feel the fans behind you guys?
Absolutely. Only been here for a little while now, and this has been awesome, so thanks to all you guys.
Congratulations on the number 1 star, Brody, and the win. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
One more time, make some noise for your number 1 star, Brody Crane. And one more time, let me hear you make some noise for your Norfolk Admirals!
Admirals hold on and are victorious 3-1 here on Guns and Hoses night. Back inside the broadcast booth, what a 3-game stretch here at home against one of the top teams in the league, the Idaho Steelheads. Nick Gimbel alongside Brad Jones, producer Benjamin Draper off to my right. I'm trying to still catch my breath after that. Congratulations to Caleb Price. His first professional goal is a game-winning goal. Brandon Osmondson, in my best Gary Thorne impersonation, off the floor, on the board, cross-checked in the back of the neck at the end of period 2, gets back in the game, puts it in the open net, shorthanded for the insurance tally. What a night for Guns and Hoses.
Yeah, I mean, I think hands down, number 1, Idaho came in here, and I think they thought they could bully the Admirals, and the Admirals refused to be bullied. They pushed back, dictated play much of this weekend, really controlled, even last night in a loss, really controlled a lot of that game. And, you know, the Wheeling series here, the sweep at home, was a 2-game set. This, I think, is hands down, without argument, the best 3 games in a row the Admirals have played in a series all year, consistently 60-minute efforts. They're physical. They stood up for each other. They battled. They competed. Great. What a weekend. I mean, if you came out to watch Admirals hockey this weekend and you were a first-time fan, you are hooked.
Upcoming home games for the Admirals. If you liked what you saw, come on out to Scope. There's only a few more games left here at home. Some Friday night hockey against the Greensboro Gargoyles in 2 weeks. Admirals Con, that comic poster giveaway on March 21st, again against the Gargoyles. And Beach Bum Night, the final specialty jersey for the Admirals, will be on April 3rd against the Adirondack Thunder. Our next broadcasts will be on the road as the Admirals head to Worcester, Massachusetts for a game on Wednesday against the Worcester Railers, and then Friday and Saturday in Portland, Maine against the Maine Mariners. A couple of new additions for this Admirals team, Brad. How do you like them fitting in? I mean, we've got that amateur tryout contract for Pascucci. I know we want him signed.
Price as well.
Price is on that ATO. So a lot of new faces in this Admirals team. It's a real good testament to the core of these players to be able to bring anybody and everybody in and have that kind of chemistry.
Yeah, and I think the rule is, I think it's maybe 10 days or 5 games, whatever comes first. I think it was at 4 or 5 games now for Price, so decision time on him. We'll see if there's any other additions, moves, subtractions, whatever, but no matter what that is, we don't control those things, so we're going to sit up here and enjoy those great 3-game weekend of hockey here from the Admirals, who have now won 3 of their last 4.
Caleb Price getting his first pro goal, the game winner. Brody Crane extends his goal-scoring streak to 4 games. Jaden Duro extends his point streak to 5 games. Once again, our next broadcast will be on the road in Worcester, Massachusetts. For Brad Jones on my left and producer Benjamin Draper on my right, I'm Nick Gimbel saying thank you so much for making us a part of your Saturday night. A big week of hockey here at Scope Arena and in the Hampton Roads area. A big night here for Guns and Hoses. A lot of money raised for charity and Vigilant Watch. The Police got the 3-2 win earlier today. The Admirals get the 3-1 win here tonight against the Idaho Steelheads. So long.